Good morning. Good morning. What's going on, my good people? My good people. Welcome to another episode of Chop Willie in the morning, brought to you by Let the Film Speak. Willie Jack, how you feeling this morning, bro?
Hey man, it's morning. Yeah.
It's morning.
Hey man, hey, glad I made it, man. Hope everybody had a good and safe weekend, man. If you was out there kicking it with your family and doing your thing, man, being safe with your kids and all that. So hope y'all had a good time, man. But it's football Sunday and we in this thing. Come on now.
Yeah, that's right, man. It's football Sunday. And what you say last week, Willie Jack, anytime it's football Sunday, it's a good Sunday. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly right. Yeah. Sunday always start off great. Like I said, I can't promise you at the end of the day. But yeah.
Hey, some of y'all might be upset, man. But hey, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Tom in the building, man. Shout out Tom in the building. Kevin right here. You know what I'm saying? At the beginning of the show, man. Kevin, what's going on with your brother? How y'all living this morning, man? Appreciate y'all for tuning in right from the back. And without further ado, of course, I always got to say it. Since y'all in here, as soon as we get it started, I want to let y'all know, man. Hey, y'all in here. Y'all know to speak. You know what I'm saying? Mom's in the building as well. Y'all know to speak. Like, share, and subscribe this video, man. Share it out. Get it out to the peoples, man. It's about that time, man. It's time for these you know what I'm saying? These previews, you know what I'm saying, to get ready for these games. Man, come on with it, man. Come on with it, man. Like, share, and subscribe. Your boys, we here, man. And we about to give y'all a great show as always. All right? All right, so of course, y'all know what we do on Chopping Willie in the morning, man. We do it and we go through the games, man. We go through the games, all of that's gonna be going on all of today and the Monday night game, man. We're gonna give you predictions on all those games, give you scores. We're gonna give you the whole rundown. But first, of course, a couple things I want to let y'all know. Again, get your picks in, man. Get your picks in. If you ain't got your picks in, you know what I'm saying, get them in now. You're probably already late because we got a London game going on right now. We'll give you an update on it in just a minute, but I need y'all to get the picks in, man. You know what I'm saying? The scores are tight. You know what I'm saying? If you want to get right, you better get your scores in tonight. You know what I'm saying? So get everything in, man. Get your scores in, man, so we can get these picks going. All right. Willie Jack, before we jump into these games, man, we had a Thursday night game, man, that we got to get into, man. And we had the Baltimore Ravens. They went to go visit Tampa Bay, man. And the Baltimore actually came away with this W, man, 27-22. Willie Jack, what was your take on this one, bro?
Well, man, I was wrong. The sky is falling. Man, water ain't always wet. I don't know what else to tell y'all, man. Tom Brady lost 3 games in a row.
What?
Hey, when Tom Brady lose 3 games in a row, man, ain't nothing safe no more, man. Everything we knew about the
and look, Willie, we talked about it. And we was asking, like, when have we ever known Tom Brady lose 3 in a row? And the crazy part is, of course, they brought the stat up on ESPN. ESPN got all those stats. The last time he lost 3 in a row was 20 years ago, 2002.
His rookie year?
That wasn't his rookie year, not quite his rookie year, because he won the Super Bowl.
Tom Brady, 2022, 2002 wasn't his rookie
year, bro. Tom, he about 46, boy. Boy, I don't even know. I ain't even been keeping up at this point. You know what I'm saying?
I just assumed it had to be his rookie year, 2002. All right.
The reason why I know it wasn't his rookie year because we won the Super Bowl in '99, and then the following year is when they came back and bust us over. You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Yeah. So
damn, Tom was taking over the 99 and 2000, then wasn't he?
Yeah, 2002 was the last time he lost 3 games in a row, bro.
Bruh.
Bro, that boy had a great career, didn't he? He had a great career, didn't he?
And what's so funny is I had seen a stat somebody posted about like Jordan and like Jordan. So like from like 90 to 98, Jordan never lost 3 in a row. Like during like that whole championship run, Jordan never lost 3 games in a row. Or
crazy, dog.
Whatever post I said seen that. I didn't go back it up and confirm it, but yeah, that's nuts, bro. Tom was for 20 years. Tom was right there in that, bro. That's wild, bro.
Yeah, he was right there in it. But yeah, what did you give me your take on this game, man? What happened?
Man, you know what? There's for me. Well, I guess credit to Baltimore. Wait, because they were in Tampa Bay, right?
Yeah, they were in Tampa Bay.
Yeah, exactly. So all that was like on my side. Tom don't lose 3 in a row. It's a short week, and it's in Tampa. You know what I'm saying? So I thought I was going to ride all that to victory. But honestly, man, Baltimore came out and honestly I feel like Baltimore had a more or less kind of a firm grip on this game, and mainly so with their running game. And honestly, I think there's bigger issues in Tampa, man. Like I know we'd already talked about the struggles of Aaron Rodgers, man, around the Green Bay, but now Tampa's at that same style of panic now. I would think because I think this is a game like when with all those things that are in your favor, the short week or just short week. Team on the road, and they're as motivated as can be. They were relatively healthier than they had been at earlier parts in the season because you do have Mike Evans in this game. You do have Chris Godwin in this game. I think Julio made an appearance in this. You know what I mean? So, you relatively speaking, you've you're a little healthier than you had been, and still just couldn't get anything going offensively. And so, Tom, I mean, I know you've already mentioned, man, the struggles they've had with the run game. And like I said, I don't necessarily want to put it all on Fournette. I mean, because also, running back is only as good as his blocking. You know what I'm saying? So it's got to start there. And these guys are losing the line of scrimmage. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but yeah, no, man, I think Baltimore, man, I don't know how to feel about, but I don't feel great about Baltimore either. Like, now, this is a great win. This is an impressive win on the road. And I still feel that now going forward, I don't know how we'll feel, but going into this game, I still felt in my mind that eventually Tom Brady and them are going to get that going and pick back up steam. And I thought this would be the game to maybe get that going, like see what everybody kind of coming back. But that's not the case. And so I feel like, Baltimore went out and got a real win against a potential contender and did it on short with all those disadvantages that we know. So now, now where do we what do we feel about Baltimore? Where are they going now? Is this what they need to kind of catapult and get themselves back going? Because they've had some stumbles as well in this season, maybe drop 2 or 3 that we wouldn't have thought they would have, and that they probably caused themselves. And so, man, this season's been this game has been just like this season, man. Everything I thought would happen didn't happen, and I don't know what to think going forward.
Yeah, I feel you. And that's Black, man. Black, shout out to Black, man. Black is in the building.
Oh, man. Black's in the building. Stop playing.
Look, finally.
Hey, man. So Lamar get a dub, and now you're in the building, man.
Yeah, Lamar get a dub, and he in the building, man. Hey, Black, man, what you doing, man? You know better than this. Come on over to YouTube, bro. You know what I'm saying? We can't even see your name.
Dog. Come on, man.
We can't even see your name on here, man. Come on over to YouTube, man. Come check us out on YouTube, man. Come on check us out, bro. But look, I'm gonna say this too. And that kind of leads me to my point because I don't feel that good about the Ravens as well as far as the way that they're playing right now. The way that they started the season off, like I said it multiple times before. You know what I'm saying? I was looking at MVP Lamar. Lamar was balling, but I didn't see that again in another night. You know what I'm saying? Like Jarrell made a comment and said MVP Lamar showed up, but he didn't like MVP Lamar to me. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, the second half was much better than his first half. Now, I will say that off the strength, but he didn't like MVP Lamar to me. You know what I'm saying? He looked like Lamar. You know what I'm saying? Lamar Jackson, who is, again, I'll say this again, a great quarterback. You know what I'm saying? A tremendous athlete. You know what I'm saying? But he showed those things where it's like, come on, Lamar, man, pick it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You need to pick it up. And he ended up doing that, and they end up coming away with the W for sure. But I'm with you, Willie Jack. I don't feel that strongly about Baltimore being like one of the top contenders as I thought they were going to be coming into this season. I felt like they were going to be one of the top 5 teams in the league. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Or top 5 for sure. Top 5 in the AFC. The AFC is was supposed to be tough, especially with all the things that happened in the AFC West, all those changes that they made. You know what I'm saying? The AFC was going to be a juggernaut. And I just thought Baltimore was going to be better, so that is. I got a question
for you. When you finish this, let me ask you a question before you move on.
For sure. We can definitely do that. And as far as Tampa Bay, man, I kind of feel like you, Willie Jack. I was waiting on them to turn that corner. You know what I'm saying? I've been waiting on them to turn that corner. And I'll say this. The first half for them was a little bit better. You saw a few of those shot plays, big plays from them. It was like, okay, the offense looks a little better. You know what I'm saying? And they actually were in the lead at halftime, 10-3, so Tampa Bay looked a little better, but then the run defense again kind of fell apart, man. The Ravens ran for over 200 yards in this particular game, man. Mm-hmm. Over 230 rushing yards. You know what I'm saying? Baltimore ran the ball 7 times in the first half, and the second time they ran it 26 times. And like I said, they end up with over 230 rushing yards in this game. You know what I'm saying? That's unacceptable. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Especially for a team that was known for their defense, especially stopping the run. It was looked at last year. Before this year, last year was looked at, hey, you might as well cancel that run game. I don't even know what you're going to call a run for if you can forget about that. But now they getting ran all over. You know what I'm saying? Week by week. Last week against the Carolina Panthers, who just got rid of their running back. You know what I'm saying? So They got a lot of stuff, man. They need to get together and change over there. What's your question though, Willie Jack?
No, so what? Just speaking to what you were saying as far as the talent level in the AFC and Baltimore being top 5. Now, what I was gonna say is because the AFC as a whole, I think, is definitely the tougher division between the two. But and I'm not even answering for the specific teams because in my mind, as soon as you were talking about okay, Baltimore's gonna be a top 5 team in the AFC, then it gets me thinking. You already know anytime we can rank something, my mind gets to working anyway. So I'm thinking, okay, if you were going to list the top 10, I'm not even going to ask for the teams, but just how many. Would you say the over-under for the 10 top or the 10 best teams in the league right now? If I told you the over-under for how many NFC teams would be in that top 10 total at 3.5, is it over or under on 3.5 at 3.5 on NFC teams you would consider in the top 10 right now?
I go
because the over means 4, so 4 to 6, or the under is 3 to 7.
I go over.
I think there's 4 NFC teams.
There's 4. That's it. Just 4. That's it. I go.
I'm almost leaning under. I don't know who in the NFC outside of at the very tippy top. We'll see, man.
But think about it like this too, Willie Jack. Who in the AFC? Because the AFC hasn't performed as well either. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Even just think about y'all division. You know what I'm saying? Think about y'all division. You know what I'm saying? And the teams that we were really the 2-team race. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but the 2 teams that we felt like really had a strong chance in y'all division. We just got done talking about Baltimore. You know what I'm saying? That hasn't looked the best. Now Cincinnati will probably be in that team. That's
what I'm saying. Yeah, because Cincinnati's rounding in, or looks to be. You know what I mean?
Then you go to the AFC West, just Kansas City. The rest of those teams, you know what I'm saying? They haven't looked as strong as we thought they were going to look, coming into this season. So, you know what I'm saying? You really got to, put some thought into that as well. Because the AFC, as much as we've said they're supposed to look, the AFC is going to be tough this year. It's going to be tough sledding. They really haven't looked overly impressive as either. You know what I'm saying? Not more than what we've seen in the past. Now, the talent level as far as what the players they brought over, yeah, that looks better. But as far as just how they've been playing, I'm not overly impressed with many teams in the AFC. You know what I'm saying?
No, and that's fair. Well, I guess the point I was gonna make was like because there's talented teams in the NFC and there's teams with good records, but I don't know if we have faith in those teams. Namely the like the Giants. And that does sound bad. Like I'm just trying to hate on them.
No, I get what you're saying.
But you get what I'm saying? Like as much as well as and Seattle. You know what I'm saying? Big Gino. You know what I'm saying? So those are 2 teams. I think. Are they both 5-2, or maybe one of them 4-3? But these are 2 teams that are near the top of the NFC as a whole, but they're not necessarily respected as such. But meanwhile, teams like Baltimore and Cincinnati, which are still kind of finding their way, and maybe Cincinnati a little ahead of Baltimore right now, like kind of getting back into their groove. But I think that if we're talking about real deal championship contendership, I would still think that most people would probably still feel better about Cincinnati or Baltimore in the championship as far as making the Super Bowl, winning the Super Bowl this year. I think there's more confidence in those 2 teams, which are still kind of maybe not at the top of the AFC versus Seattle and let's say and the Giants, which should be near the top. I mean, after Philly, I think it's pretty much wide open. 2, 3, 4, 5 is wide open in the NFC for me. So you've got your Dallas, you've got Minnesota, you've got Seattle, you've got to have your Giants in there, right? But if that's the top 5 in the NFC right now, outside of Philly, I don't know who we really have real deal championship belief in. And so that's why I think like even these AFC teams, like I said, which is heavier over there, but I still think there's still more confidence there. But that's not getting
hey, and I get that too. I get that aspect outside of them. But like, hey man, it just is what it is. I'm not seeing like overly impressive football. You know what I'm saying? And Black, I see you in here, man. I appreciate the comments and everything, man. Let us know what you're talking about, man. I know you said how are we not impressed with the fairness of football? I'm not understanding exactly what you're saying there. Maybe you understand.
Well, I think he's saying about the like the competitive balance there appears to be right now. So there's not really any just real deal. There's not many real deal juggernauts. And so every week is, I think if he's talking about like the apparent parity in the league right now. And so like any week, like, you know what I mean? Like most teams are more competitive now on a game by game basis than maybe we've seen. So there's not really many true just juggernauts. There's not many Buffaloes. There's not many Kansas Cities. There's not many Philadelphias. Everybody else is fair game at this point. You know what I mean?
I get that.
That's what he's saying. Then no, I did that because it is more exciting because we go into these games and have absolutely no clue what's going to happen. So
absolutely,
so that's
absolutely.
a comment.
But do we? But here's another question for you, Willie Jack. Are we coming into these games and do we have no clue because of the competitiveness? Or is it because of the inconsistency of some of the teams? Like I can get it if you playing good football and losing. I can see that. I can watch you and see you playing some good football, but you losing. But if you playing the Chargers, for example, inconsistent football. You know what I'm saying? With all the moves they brought over, they've been playing inconsistent football. And some instances they look good, and some instances they don't look that good. Baltimore Ravens, some instances y'all look good, some instances y'all don't, bro. Like that's just what it is. Like it's not that y'all playing good football and losing. No, y'all playing inconsistent football. You know what I'm saying? It's like coming into these games the same way we went into this Tampa Bay and Baltimore game, and how we was trying to figure out who was going to win this game, trying to predict this game. It was like, why? We couldn't predict it necessarily because we don't know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if Tom Brady going to come out there and get back into his bag like he was before, because if he get back into his bag, he wins that game. You know what I'm saying? We don't know if it's going to be MVP Lamar or if it's going to be turnover prone Lamar or the Lamar that's holding the ball back and when he gets pressure, he continues to drop back further. Like we don't know what we going to get there. You know what I'm saying? To me, that's not good football. Now, if we seeing good football and you losing, yeah, then we can talk about the competitiveness. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not seeing consistent football in the sense for me. You know what I'm saying? That maybe we
and that's what I was gonna say. That's actually a good response, Chop. That's actually a good response. I feel Black though, as far as like the league parity right now does appear to be higher, but then I think you also make an excellent point though, because what is the parity overall higher, or is there just more bad football more prevalent? So that's a good ass comment. Chop, I had to give you that. Real quick though, man, let me shout out some of the folks that fell in this thing, man. We got our dog Black back in the building, man. We got our dog, man. Real deal STL Sports in the building as always. All red, man. Come on, man. Look, bro, my dog Travis all red in the building, man. It's my D-line brethren, man. You know what I'm saying? From back at COU, man. What's going on, man? He said four NFC teams in the top 10 is a stretch. Hey, I feel it, man, because like I said, I don't think there's real confidence in the NFC outside of Philly. I don't think there's real confidence in none of those other teams. You know what I mean? And so I feel you on that. But hey, glad to see you back in here, brother. Man, who else on this thing, man? Oh no, I think that was it. I just want to give a cool shout out to people that walked in.
Sure. And I got one other thing too. I'm gonna say, and this may be an unpopular opinion for a lot of y'all, but I want y'all to talk about this too. Talk to me, y'all. And I want y'all to let me know how y'all feel. But this is my thing, right? We got in regards to Thursday night games in general. In the future, I'm okay with cutting that game out. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm a football fan. The more days we can have football, the better. You know what I'm saying? It's from a fan's perspective. But from a real football perspective, I'm okay if we cut that game out, man. I'm okay if we cut the Thursday night game out and just stick to Sundays and Mondays. The reason why is because, one, we're seeing more injuries, okay? Two, we seeing teams coming to this game unprepared. You know what I'm saying? Like it limits the days that you have to prepare. You know what I'm saying? And it limits those guys time to rest. You know what I'm saying? Thursday ain't nothing but you posted a post about the overall money that, you know what I'm saying, that the league is paying for these games, and then it being on Amazon Prime and all these different things. I'm not knocking any of that, but just for the sake of the game and what we see on Thursday nights, I haven't seen good football on a Thursday night, man. I think we can cut it out. You know what I'm saying? And then you coming away from these games with teams being injured. You know what I'm saying? Just from this game alone, Shaq Barrett is now out for the season. He's done. Gus Edwards just came back, but he left that game early with an injury. Mark Andrews left the game early with an injury. Rashad Bateman was playing, but he ended up sitting out most of the second half. You know what I'm saying? So like you going, and then you throw it back. That concussion, you know what I'm saying, from that happened on Thursday night. That was Miami versus Cincinnati on the Thursday night game. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So like you seeing a lot of injuries, a lot of it. I think
I feel you. I feel what you're saying. No, the quality of the Thursday games is definitely something to be desired. But at the same time, the matchups or the oppositions, they definitely aren't premium matchups and oppositions, which is why those games tend to fall on Thursdays. But honestly, I think that milk is spent. We just talked about. Amazon gave the NFL, I don't know the number off the top of my head now, let's say $90 billion to show these games. So those games are here to stay. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is at this point. But now, one more time. Oh, this is why I was glad you reminded me because we didn't even touch on that. Baltimore loses Mark Andrews in this game, man. He goes down with injury and isn't able to finish. And so big shout out, man, to Isaiah Likely, the young tight end, man. Was it Virginia Tech he came out of? But
he nice though. He nice. He had a good
man.
season
Especially got 6'6", like 245 pounds or so, athletic guy, and he balled. He had at least one touchdown. I can't remember if it was one or two. He had at least one. But nah, man, played well. Black, if you still in here, man, let me know how your dog Likely did, man. I don't have the stats in front of me, but I know he got in the paint at least once. But nah, definitely stepped up, man. When you lose, because losing Mark Andrews for Lamar's Ravens, that's Justin Herbert losing Keenan Allen. You know what I'm saying? Like that's Tom Brady losing Mike Evans. You know what I'm saying? So that's a huge loss to that offense. You know what I mean? An offense that is critiqued by its viability throwing the ball. And then now you lose a team that has like what people would say is a lower viability of throwing the ball. And now you lose not only their best weapon, but a top 3 guy in the league at the position. And then so now to have his rookie come in and step up and play the way he did and make the plays he did, that touchdown catch on the back end zone was excellent. You know what I'm saying? Like he, you know what I'm saying, field awareness, foot placement, you know what I'm saying, getting them toes down right there on the back line. Excellent play. And an excellent throw by Lamar as well. So shout out to you, Mr. Likely. Isaiah Likely in the building.
For sure. And I got the numbers. He went 6 for 77 and a touchdown. So
there we go. Yeah,
solid day for sure. Solid day.
There we go. Yeah.
All right, Willie Jack. Let's keep it on pushing, man. Good conversation, man. I appreciate all the comments and everything, man. That's great conversation to start this day off, man. That's exactly what me and Willie Jack needed to get going this morning. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, like we said, Baltimore comes away with the W 27-22. On to this London game, man. It's going on right now. Give you a quick update as of right now. Denver just went into the end zone. They are now up as we speak. Scores 14-10. Denver over Jacksonville in the third quarter, man, with about 5 minutes left. So they're getting ready to wrap up this third quarter and head on to the fourth, man. And we'll see what happens. We'll keep y'all updated as we do always when we have the London game. So I'll keep y'all updated on that, man. But let's go ahead and jump into some of these games we got going on this week, Willie Jack. And we got some pretty solid games, man. The first one we can talk about is the divisional matchup. You know, we got Carolina coming off of an impressive win against Tampa Bay, man, and not allowing what we call them touchdown Tommy to get in the end zone, man. They ain't allowing him getting in the end zone, man. And they go to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Willie Jack, who you got in this one, bro?
Man, this is one where, I mean, I'm not gonna get too deep into it because these are still teams at the bottom of the league. But I'm gonna just cut this short, sweet, and say I'm pulling for Carolina, man. I'm pulling for Steve Wilkes. I say that. You know what I'm saying? Carolina.
Are you picking them or are you pulling for them? Let me know.
I'm picking, pulling, whatever they got going on, man. I'm gonna choose Carolina in an ugly win in an ugly game. I was impressed by that victory last week against Tampa Bay or Tom Brady. Now, just the way that defense performed. Honestly, Atlanta is looking to. I mean, Atlanta needs to run the ball. You know what I'm saying? They absolutely need to run the ball. Mariota going 11 for 14 for 122 yards and the touchdown is not enough to win. It shouldn't be enough to win most weeks. And against, like I said, what Carolina is, everything that could have went wrong that did go wrong in Carolina. One thing that has still been there and has been a constant has been that defense. That defense is young and talented. Dante Jackson, Brian Burns, Derek Brown, you still got J.C. Horn over there. So they've got young talent on that defense, and they still play hard, and they still play tough. And like I said, I like the attitude shift in this team since Steve Wilkes has took over from Matt Rule getting left over. And so we're getting let go. So I'll take Carolina on the road in an ugly game, 2016.
For sure. And I'm gonna go the other way, Willie Jack. I'm gonna go Atlanta in this particular game. And the reason why is because I'm just not sold on Carolina. It's not necessarily about, well, I guess it is a little bit about what Atlanta can do, but I'm still not sold on them. You know what I'm saying? I still think they're a rough football team. You know what I'm saying? The offense did have they are a solid day last week. You know what I'm saying? Getting in the end zone 2 or 3 times last week. The interesting thing too about Carolina too is Baker Mayfield, man. He's healthy. But PJ Walker is starting. You know what I'm saying? PJ Walker is starting in this particular game, even with Baker healthy. And it seems to be a situation where Hey, they just rolling with the high hand. They rolling with what they got. They're going to roll with P.J. Walker. Now, will he start the rest of the year? I'm not 100% sold on that. You know what I'm saying? I could see something happening to where, you know what I'm saying, they end up starting a couple different quarterbacks, you know, as we go on through this season. But we'll monitor that situation. But all in all, I do like Atlanta a little bit better in this game. They're a well-coached team. They fight, you know what I'm saying? They led by Mariota, they just have a different dynamic on offense, you know what I'm saying, in terms of their pass and run game. And I think they're gonna be feisty enough to come away with this W. Now it's a divisional matchup, so you never know with these games. But give me Atlanta at home in this particular game, and I got them winning 20-17. Man, that's my final score. Did you give me a score, Willie Jack? What was your score on this one?
2016.
20-16. Okay, cool. We was close. We wasn't too far off. All right, man. On to the next game, Willie Jack. We got Chicago going to Dallas to take on the Cowboys. Give me Dallas in this game, man. I just think that we've seen a pretty solid performance from the Chicago team this past weekend. Honestly, their offense looked a lot better. The play calling and everything that they were doing for Chicago to help them succeed looked really, really good. And that is what can make them dangerous. But hey, they got some dogs, you know what I'm saying? They're going to see some dogs this week, man. They're going to see Michael Parsons and DeMarcus Lawrence and, you know, so all those different guys. Their defense is a different monster this particular week, and I think they're going to make it really, really tough on them. Also, on the other side of that, you know, the Dallas offense is going to be, I expect to see a little bit of improvement from Dak this week, even though he came back a little bit of rusty. I expect to see a little bit of an improvement from him. I expect to see that two-headed monster over there with Zeke and TP. I know you're going to see it. You know what I'm saying? I open the door for you. Don't worry about it, Willie Jack. But I expect to see a little bit of that this week, man. And I got Dallas winning this game. And I'm going to go ahead and put give me 27. Give me 27-17 this game. I expect them to win it by about pretty comfortably.
27-17?
27-17.
Bro, you're going to have to chill, man. You're going to have to chill, dog. I got Dallas 27-16, man.
Hey, man, you 1 point off 2 games straight, dog.
Hey, you're going to have to chill, man.
What that means is you might know what you're talking about a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Because you've been paying attention to your boy. Don't worry about it. Don't even switch.
That's 2 in a row, man. You got to slow yourself down, man. But, hey, you already know what's going on, man. Anytime we talk about Dallas, when you talking Dallas, you talking TP, man. Free TP, big free TP energy. Free the real, man. Free my dog TP, man. The trade deadline is right around the corner. It's a couple teams, man, that can use a nice, dynamic, young, explosive back like Tony Pollard in your life. But, yeah, man, I'm taking Dallas at the crib, 27-16. Here's the thing about me. The Bears got a big win last week against the Patriots. Big because we know the name and reputation, of the Patriots, of what they were, not necessarily of who they are. And so we still have to temper, I guess, our you know, how much we put on that victory. The thing about me and that victory, if I'm Matt Eberflus, I'm the coach of that team, I don't feel any better about my team or my offense from that victory. Because Justin Fields played bad ball that game. I can't, like, I watched it. It was ugly, bad backyard ball. Now he made his legs can compensate for so much more of that. So he goes 14 for 82. He does run a touchdown. I saw him take 4 sacks that were his sacks. Matt Judon looked like healthy TJ Watt, because Justin Fields had no pocket awareness and didn't know when to die. You know what I'm saying? Like, as a quarterback, if you are a Justin Fields, if you are a Tua Tagovailoa, if you are just know when to fold them, man. Just as important as knowing when to hold them is knowing when to fold them. You know what I mean? So he still took way too many shots. It was just ugly football, but it worked. And so it's always a thing. Okay, well, do you want to be pretty and lose? Or you want to be ugly and win? Okay, well, give me an ugly win. But what I'm saying is he didn't progress. Or he didn't progress in this game. He's still the same, he's still got the same issues and problems, but this was a week in which, you know what I'm saying, that got off. You know what I'm saying? And in conjunction with the rest of that running game as well. But I say all that to say, for me, Chicago's still Chicago, man. Dallas should be able to handle their business. Michael Parsons in that defense are more than athletic enough to contain him. And he can't throw the football effectively enough to give anybody any worry or be any silent threat. And so I look for Parsons to get 2 sacks in this game, probably from Fields holding on to the ball too damn long, or thinking he's going to run 4-1 and everybody else is running 4-7, because that's not the case. And so I do expect Michael Parsons to get home a couple times, and he probably gives one to Diggs as well, man. So both the young stars get one today in Dallas, man, 27-16.
For sure. I'm with you on that.
And free TP, man. We ain't gonna say that. We ain't gonna let that go. Day one gang Jarrell in the building. He know what time it is, man. Free TP, man. Hashtag free TP in the chat, man.
Yeah.
Oh, Kevin W. from Real Deal STL Sport. Zeke is out this week. How I missed that? Oh, okay. You know what just happened, Chop? Performer of the week. That's what just happened. Y'all somebody confirm for me, Chop. Chop, check the sources, man. Zeke out for show. Before I jump out the building, man. Let me know for sure, man.
Before you jump off the building.
Before I jump out the building, man, because you know, man, I'm head first now. Hey, you already know now. Hey, day one game Jarrell backing that up too now. Zeke is out. All right, hey, day one game to vouch for it, man. Day one game Jarrell to vouch for it, man. I'm going, man. TP, your performer of the week, man. Give me 150 total yards, Chop, and give me 2 touchdowns for TP. Boom.
Okay.
Boom. Come on, man. Free TP.
Here's one other thing I'm gonna say too about this, Willie Jack. I actually think Dallas is the other team. I know we talked about Eagles being the one team that you really had a confidence in. I think Dallas is that team, and this is the reason why they can be that team, because if that offense can develop some consistency and Dak can really get going, I don't see why they can't be a legit contender. The defense is already there. You know what I'm saying? The defense is already performing at the level that they need to perform at for this to be a legit team. If that offense can come around and start, putting things together, you know what I'm saying, and we can really start relying on Dak, and Dak gets back comfortable in this offense, that's another team, man. That's another team that can be a legit contender in the NFC. You know what I'm saying? Now, of course, we still early, so we'll see how the season plays out and see who else kind of comes about. But as of right now,
we get to about that point where we got to quit saying this is pretty early. We're at the midway point. We halfway through this race. At a certain point, it is what it is.
Yeah,
it ain't what it ain't.
But you got to remember. Okay, I'm gonna use this as an example. But for 2 years straight, honestly, Tampa Bay and the Rams, they both didn't really hit the stride to maybe the last 4 games of the season. And that was about 10 games in when the Rams last year was about, I don't know how many games, about 10 games in when they hit Tennessee. I don't know if you remember that Tennessee game where Matthew Stafford threw 3 interceptions. One was a pick 6 to David Long, and we kept talking about the linebacker. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That was about week 10, something like that. You know what I'm saying? And then they hit that high stretch later. Same with Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay had their struggles.
Same with Cincinnati.
High stretch, and they ran it off.
Same with Cincinnati just last year, making it to the Super Bowl.
So that's why I'm saying we'll see how the season plays out, when we get later on down the stretch, because hey man, it might be that one team to get hot, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes that's all it takes. You know what I'm saying? So we'll see. And that was my point too, Jarrell. That's a good point. He said it's pretty early for the Cowboys offense. They got some time to get that together. If they can get that Cowboys offense together and that defense continues to play the way that they play, that can be the other legit contender in the NFC.
No, I get what you're saying. I think what I was getting at is that because Dak missed so much of this early, or this first half of the season. But it's my thinking is, like, once the ship is out to sea, there's only so many things you could do to the boat. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to pull a boat out the water to full-fledged go in and make, you know what I'm saying, like that style or level of major change. Because any leak that's on the boat now, when we in the water, there's only so much we can do to patch it. You know what I'm saying? We can't pull it out the water and fix it, but we can just patch it. So anything going forward is still going to be a patch. So I do expect them to improve and get better because Zeke is back and he is still kind of fitting back into his, you know what I'm saying, fit back to his own comfort level as well. But the improvement from where they are to where they're going is still going. I don't think it's going to be as drastic because, like I said, we already in the middle of the Pacific now. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what it says. Sometimes it is what it is and ain't what it ain't. At this point, they can get better. I don't know how much better. You know what I'm saying? But I do expect improvement for sure. And especially if they go ahead and free the real, man. Let TP get rolling, man. I'm trying to tell you. But hey, look, Chop. TP better not go for this 150 or 2 touchdowns today. That's all I can tell you. Because you ain't going to hear the end of it. You're not going to hear the end of it, man. I'm going to tell you right now. You might get a call to bail me out because I'm going to go petition in front of Jerry World, free TP. And he going to call them folks on me.
Matter of fact, you warning me. You need to warn all these people, all the people in our chat too, man. Because I'm gonna tell y'all, he gonna be in that chat screaming free TP the whole day. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, so free TP.
The chat gonna be hot as a mug, boy. Y'all better be on the lookout. If TP having a good day, man,
Hey, I'm
Yeah,
telling
you ain't gonna be able to tell. You ain't gonna be able to tell Willie Jack
Well,
nothing.
y'all better not ask me nothing at work. Hey, Will, man, how was your weekend, man? You know, it was all good, man. It was good. TP got rolling, though. And they ain't even gonna know what I'm talking about. TP got off. Yeah, just know that. And then, yeah, oh, yeah, you can have a staple in the back. Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, okay, I got you. On to the next one, Willie Jack. Let's go to Detroit, man. Where we got Miami. They going to visit Detroit in this particular game. Willie Jack, who you got in this one?
Man, short and sweet, man. I'm gonna take Miami on the road in Detroit. Detroit is they look like they were ready to maybe to take another step, man. They had some very good showings. They turned into they're the lovable loser of the league. You know what I mean? They go out, they try hard, they fight hard, they make some splash, they put up some points, and they lose games. So this is who Detroit is at this time. So I expect all that stuff to happen. I expect them to come out. There's going to be a certain point in this game where they get down 2 touchdowns, and then lo and behold, we'll get to the end of the third, maybe midway through the fourth, and they'll put a couple drives together and they'll close the gap. But I got Miami. Tua, you know what I'm saying? Tua's still getting back. Every day Tua gets back is another day he gets back to tries to get back to the level they were at. And when he was here, it was early in the season. It was only 3 games. But when he was here and when he was healthy, that offense looked as explosive or maybe was trending to be one of the most explosive offenses in the league. They still have some of the most explosive talent in the league. That defense ain't went nowhere. And so it's just all about how quickly Tua can get back or how close he can get to that level. And I think this is another week that they get closer to that. 30-27, Miami on the road. Like I said, I think Detroit puts up a good fight late as always, but I still think they find a way to lose the game.
For sure. And I got Miami in this game as well. 31-20 in this game. I'll keep it short and sweet too. I just feel like the Detroit defense, man, is not enough to stop all these playmakers, man. They got speed everywhere around this field, man. Everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So I got, Miami using those playmakers, getting the job done, doing what they need to do to come away with this W. You know what I'm saying? On the other side of it, Detroit is still banged up on their offense as well. You know what I'm saying? They still banged up. Swift is questionable. They still don't know if he's going to play today. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I don't know, man. I don't know what we're going to get from Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And exactly what you said, they are the lovable losers in this league. You love the team. You want to root for them. You want them to do well.
Right.
Hey, man, but they still Detroit. You know what I'm saying? And I think me and Willie Jack both got burned early in the season, man. Rooting for the Detroit Lions because, you know what I'm saying, we just fell in love with them. But, man, at the end of the day, man, it's rough.
What it is, and it ain't what it ain't.
Yeah. So, and that's just what it is, man. So I got 31-20 final score of this game. Mm-hmm. On to the next one, man. And this one is an interesting game right here, Willie Jack. We got Arizona going to Minnesota to take on the Vikings. Okay. Mm-hmm. Now, so far this year for me, Arizona hasn't shown me much. You know what I'm saying? They haven't shown me much. And even with the win last week on Thursday night against the New Orleans Saints.
The Saints. I'm tripping. I'm thinking.
Yeah, against the Saints. It still didn't look right. You know what I'm saying? The first game, D-Hop was back, and they definitely fed him. Now, he looked solid in that game. But, their offense only put up 21 points. They end up scoring 42 points in that particular game. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? They got lucky because of Andy Dalton. Other than Andy Dalton and those 3 turnovers, that New Orleans offense was going up and down the field with no resistance at all from their defense. So going into this game, I kind of expect a little bit more, a little bit of that from this Minnesota team. You know what I'm saying? I expect Cousins coming off the bye week to have it going with my dog. No, not my dog. I'm gonna leave. My fault. I can't take your dog. My fault. With J. Jeff, you know what I'm saying? I expect them to get it going early and often. I also expect a really good game from Dalvin Cook, man. And I don't know if you guys remember, before they went on that bye week, this was a team that they were starting to be become very, very versatile in terms of the ways that they can beat you. Now, the ways that they attack you. You know what I'm saying? As far as their running game, using multiple guys. You know what I'm saying? Hitting multiple guys, you know what I'm saying? As far as receivers, hitting first, second, and third string receivers. They were hitting you from all different directions. And it was this has become an offense that's very, very hard to stop, man. So I said it all to say, man, give me Minnesota in this game. I don't think Arizona stops Minnesota. I think they get it going. You know what I'm saying? They put up a few points. I got them scoring 34, but I also expect Kyler Murray to do his little thing, his run around, and be able to, to put up some points as well. Well, not that many. Give him 24. Give him 27. 31-27. 31-27. It'll be a little closer, but it won't feel that close. And here's another thing too. I want to shout out LaShawn McCoy because he said some very interesting things.
I was gonna bring it up. Yeah.
You was gonna bring me that. Well, I set you up. You know what I'm saying? Because I want to know what your opinion is on this. He specifically says that Kyler Murray is trash. You know what I'm saying? And the way that his style of quarterback is not the way an NFL quarterback should play. He doesn't prepare for games. He doesn't read, you know what I'm saying, defenses. He just plays video game style quarterback, running around, try to complete a pass, and so on and so forth. Willie Jack, what's your thoughts on this one, man? Talk to me, man.
And so I'm glad you brought it up, man. Because just like you said, so yeah, essentially saying that Kyler Murray isn't a professional quarterback. He's still I think he went as far as to say it's still high school football. Like he's still playing high school football. I'm an excellent athlete. I'm going to run around for 12 seconds, and then somehow somebody's going to be open. I'm just going to chuck it. You know, I'm running around and chucking it. I'm not reading and breaking down defenses. I'm not recognizing coverages, et cetera, et cetera. Now, and then also he said that it was a valid, I guess, or it was a valid thing for Arizona to, you know what I'm saying, try to put the stipulation in that they did because of that. But now the first thing I say about that is, well, Arizona, if you feel that way about it, don't get it for $240 million, period. You know what I'm saying? Like don't complain about, don't ask for rain, then complain about the flood, big dog. Like, this what you paid for. So now I'm not going to sit there and tell you I've watched coaches film of Kyler's cut-ups and, you know what I mean, to see, you know, what I think about that. But I'll take the word of LaShawn McCoy, who's a veteran or whatever. So I'll take his thoughts a little closer to what I would say for my own anyway. But I don't necessarily think, I'm not going to go as harsh to say he's not a professional quarterback and he's a high schooler playing professional ball. I'm not going to go as far as say all that. But if you tell me that it is a little too much backyard and a little less execution, then I think that's fair and obvious to say. But here's my thing about that is, do I want to lay that at the feet of Kyler Murray, or do I want to charge that to Cliff Kingsbury? Because in my mind, Kyler Murray's not a guy who's been 12 years in this league. When Peyton Manning goes to Denver and he's a name in this league, you don't tell Peyton what offense he's going to run. You know what I'm saying? You don't. When Tom Brady goes to Tampa, you don't tell Tom Brady what offense we're going to run. Kyler Murray is a pup. You know, well, he's a grown man. You know, I'm not disrespecting that way, but I'm saying he's a relative pup in this league. He just hit the mark where he can get his bread or get re-signed, and I think he forced their hand to do that even a year early. So he's a relative pup in his league. So he only knows what he's been taught, and the guy who's in charge, the guy who could have said that is Cliff Kingsbury, another rookie, another young pup of a coach in this league, and a guy that who didn't come into this league with his own name. He ain't got no stripes on his shirt when he got to the league from college. He was a middling college coach. You know what I'm saying? So he doesn't have the pedigree as well. And so the only thing I'd say is this version of Kyler that we are seeing under the tutelage and guidance of Kyler Murray, of Cliff Kingsbury, that's a fair observation. It may be harsh critique, but fair observation for the greater points he was trying to make. But now my thing is, I have no doubts that if Kyler Murray somehow find himself under the wings of Andy Reid, under the wings of Sean Payton, Kyle Shanahan, your boy Sean McVay, you know what I mean? There's a number of these guys. If he had his hands under, if he was under the tutelage of one of these guys with established pedigree, with their own swag and moxie, because the most powerful person in the organization in Arizona is Kyler Murray. It's not Cliff Kingsbury. Cliff Kingsbury 3 or 4 down that list. Behind D-Hop, Cliff Kingsbury, J.J. Watt still probably got more pool, and then you got Steve Kahn, the GM, and I don't know how he still got that job. But so I think there may be a greater issue there, and I think that lack of leadership, lack of guidance, lack of a real coaching presence of somebody who can, you know what I'm saying, who's got the chops to be able to, you know what I'm saying, it's essentially set some type of structure and for Kyler to be forced to play within some solid structure. That's what I'm trying to say. I say that to say it's not just on Kyler. There's a lot of that going on Cliff as well. But wrapping up the score prediction, give me Minnesota at the crib, 30-24. I ain't gonna get into none of the breakdowns. We talked too long about it. But I'm taking Minnesota at the crib, 30-24. I do look for Jay Jettas to have a day today. Justin Jefferson, best receiver in the league. You know who he is. But yeah, I look for him to have a pretty decent day today as well. The secondary in Arizona. I mean, you got Buddha back there, then you got a lot of other names, Marco Wilson or somebody, you know, these style of guys. The thing about Arizona is they are going to blitz. because they don't necessarily have the chops in the back end, but they are a heavy blitzing team, and so that could boom or could bust for you. When Arizona sent the house to Kansas City, they got diced up. So I expect they'll do much the same as what they've been doing against Minnesota, and that tells me that Jay Jetter's going to have himself a chance to have a day, and so I look for him to have a big one. But 30-24 at the crib is what I'm taking Minnesota.
For sure. And Kevin came in hot with a question, man. He asked, would Kyler start on another team?
Man, come on. Y'all got to chill with that, man. Kyler Murray is going to start for 20 teams in the league. And I don't even know what I was going to. I was going to say the percentages, but I don't even know what the percentages would be. I was going to say about 70% of the teams in the league, he'll go to a start right now. Yeah, he's going to start at about 20% of the team. Because we can't forget, it's easy to poke and pride and pull apart the negative or the bad plays or the messy plays, but we still have to. You do still on the other side of that have to get credit to the plays that he does well. He's 5'8", 185 pounds, cannon arm, and can fling it. You know what I'm saying? And can fling it. And honestly, this is going to be. And I don't even know if I want to say. Well, no, I can't help. I can't help myself.
Say it, bro. Don't hold it back. Say it, bro. Well, that's what we do. Spice it up.
I would say honestly, I think he's a better downfield passer than Lamar. Honestly, he spreads. Lamar's good downfield, throwing inside the numbers or inside the seams, and primarily to Isaiah Likely, Mark Andrews.
Which is the reason why you see a second string tight end and come in and have a day that he had on Thursday night is because he's comfortable throwing the ball over the middle of the field. That's it.
Hey, there we go. And so I think Kyler has shown more viability throwing the ball and stretching the ball outside the numbers. We see Hollywood Brown leave Lamar for 4 years, leave Lamar, go to Arizona, and before he gets injured, it was coming back. He had 100 yards. He had more than 100 yards the last game before he got injured and was lost for the season. You know what I'm saying? So, and now we see D-Hop come back. He's been gone 6 weeks. Back like he never left. 14 targets, 10 of them catches, over 100 yards, and he exclusively in this Arizona offense, predominantly he plays more so just strict outside X is primarily where they line him up and run him for the most part. That's how it's been. But I think he's still been, honestly, he's been more viable throwing the ball deep and outside the numbers. But like I said, he's a starter, man. We can't go too far. That's a supremely talented guy. You know what I'm saying? So he still, if he was 6'2", we can't imagine who he'd be at 6'2", because honestly, he's got a game style very similar to what Lamar offers you athletically. But like I said, I do think he's more comfortable in a pure passing aspect. So all that to say, yeah, Lamar's not Lamar. Kyler starts on easily 20 teams in this league for sure.
For sure. I'm with you on that.
Good question though, Kevin. Good question though.
On to the next one, Willie Jack. Let's go to the next game. We got Las Vegas going to New Orleans to take on the Saints. Who you got in this one? I'm interested to see what's going on here, bro. I want to know what you got, brother. Also, shout out to Greg, man. I know you late, man, but it's better late than never, man. Appreciate you for tapping in with us. You know what time it is. You know we going to be on, you know what I'm saying, each and every Sunday morning. You know, the same way you know it's going to be ESPN going to be on. They're going to be showing some pregame stuff. CBS going to be showing some pregame stuff. You know, Let the Film Speak is going to be on. You know what I'm saying? All you got to do is wake up. Y'all heard that? That's me typing. Type in, Let the Film Speak on YouTube. Come on in. Hey, man. And it's just what it is, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I just want to say. But yeah, you ain't never late. But better late than never. Like I said, you ain't never late. All you got to do is get in when you fit in, big dog. So we appreciate you coming through. Vegas and New Orleans. I'm taking New Orleans. I just don't have faith in the Raiders, honestly. And so well, and not to say I have faith in New Orleans. I still have more faith in New Orleans, and primarily just kind of like what you said about their game last week. So a game in which they throw 2 pick sixes, they throw another interception in the end zone, and that game, they lose that game by 4 points in the fourth quarter, or whatever that final score was like 42-38.
42-30 something.
Yeah, like 42-38, 42-37. In a game where you spotted the other team 21 points. You know what I'm saying? So this offense, and it's not like this offense is overly talented when we just look at the flat out just names, but they can score points. And that defense, for all its ups and downs, it still has the ability to be a very stout defense, especially when things are going well. They are going to be at home. I still think the Raiders are a pretty soft target. Well, I shouldn't say soft target. You've got the hottest running back in the league. We have established that. You've got Josh Jacobs, who's coming off of this last little 3-game stretch here where he's been terrific. And so for me, it comes down to, okay, well, does Josh Jacobs run all over this New Orleans Saints defense? And and on the road in New Orleans, like I said, coming off that ugly loss, who started quarterback today? Is it Dalton? Is Dalton starting again? Dalton is starting again. Okay. So Red Rifle still at quarterback. I'm still taking the Saints in their defense at home. Playing at home in New Orleans in that dome is a lot different than playing on the road. And I understand that the Raiders aren't the Cardinals, etc. But I'm still gonna take New Orleans at home. I'm gonna take them 27-24. I do think that Josh Jacobs will have a way. No, I'm not gonna lie, man. I think Josh Jacobs has a tough day. I think Cam Jordan in that front are gonna be able to give the Raiders offensive line a lot of trouble, honestly. That Saints defensive line is stout. That Saints defensive line is almost 300 pounds across all four. Cam Jordan is an outside left strong side defensive end. He's defensive tackle side. He's 6'5", 300 pounds. You know what I mean? So he's probably more suitable as a penetrating 3-tech. He plays base end. You know what I'm saying? And then you've got real deal 315, 320 pound guys inside of him. Then on the other side, you've got Marcus Davenport, who's about 270 pounds. So this is a big front. And then you still got Demario Davis on the second level. They've got, we know all the names on that defense. So I still think they have enough to make life difficult for Josh Jacobs today. Here's a bold prediction today. I don't think Josh Jacobs goes for 100 yards. And because he doesn't go for 100 yards, I don't think they win this game. 27-24, New Orleans at home.
All right, I'm gonna go Las Vegas in this particular game, Willie Jack. I was close to going New Orleans, specifically because of what I saw last week against Arizona as well, like you. But I just don't think that I don't think they can pull it off at this time. Like, I mean, as per like the past few weeks, they'll still be without a few weapons on offense. Like you said, Josh Jacobs in their run game has really gotten going, and I think that's something that they've been riding. I think they're gonna continue to ride that. Another key component to this game too is Marcus Lattimore is out. He's not playing. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have that guy to go shadow, that number one receiver there. So I expect Davante Adams to have a pretty big day today, and that's going to be my performer of the week this week. You know what I'm saying? Davante Adams, I got 10 catches, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns coming from Davante Adams, man.
Well, you said 10 for how many yards?
About 140.
Ooh. And how many touchdowns?
2. So I expect a big day, and I think everything is going to be predicated off of Josh Jacobs. Even if Josh Jacobs doesn't have a big day, I think they've been running the ball effectively enough to where, that play action is going to cause some, issues. And I think that play action is going to be really, really good and work well for them today. And I expect Davante Adams to have a lot of room to work with, especially, like I said, without them having the number one guy and number one corner, following him the entire game. Not that I was super worried about it anyway. One-on-one coverage, with Davante Adams, it's not, like I said, it's not too many guys that can cover him. And I still haven't seen anybody completely stop him when they've been assigned to guard him single-handedly the entire game. It just don't happen. Now, if you have some competitive matchups, a lot of the competitive matchup we've seen against him, with him that was competitive, but he still had about 70, 80 yards.
Bro, you're gonna tell 70, 80 yards that the defense won. If you get from a $30 million receiver and a guy who's the best at his position, his day was 70, 80 yards, that's not a win for him. That's not a win. That's a win for Patrick Surtain.
I don't think that's. I wouldn't say that it's a win for anybody.
Bro, anybody who's guarding Michael Jordan and you hold Michael Jordan to 20 points, 20 points is a good score in the NBA game. It's hard work to score 20 points. But when you hold Michael Jordan to 20, that's different. Holding Michael Jordan to 20, like, no, we stopped Jordan today. Jordan only went for 23 points. So when you Davante Adams, you can't get held to 20. If you get held to 20, and if you're 35-point Kobe, if you're 37-point a game Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? Held to 20 is an L for you. 70 yards is an L for Davante Adams. You know what else will give you 70 yards? I can tell you what's good. Hunter Renfrow is good for 70 yards a game. You know what I'm saying?
70 yards a game.
Like, what I'm saying, before this year, Hunter Renfrow is good for 70 yards. You know what I'm saying? Like, Miko Hardeman may give you 70 yards in the game. Marquise Goodwin had a huge game last week for Seattle. He had 61 yards. but he had 2 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? He has them. So, but what I'm saying is 70 yards that's a loss for Devontae. He lost that matchup. He got held to 70 yards. He lost that matchup in my book.
I wouldn't go there for it, bro.
Yeah.
I wouldn't go there. That's an ill. I don't think it's an ill. I feel like
it's not a W. It's not a W. It's not a W.
That's fine. You know, but I'm not saying he had a huge day. Like I don't think you have to have 130-yard day. You know what I'm saying? Like
what I'm saying is like because we have to be realistic. Like what realistically in today's NFL, like what do we have to? What is a top flight? And I'm talking elite top tier receiver. If an elite top tier receiver can get a plus grade from Chop for having 70 yards, then what's a bad day? Because in this soft ass league,
I didn't say a plus grade, Willie Jack. This is what this is what I want. Okay, let me explain it to you, bro. This is what I'm saying. I'm saying first off, it's not an ill. It's not an ill to go out there. You know what I'm saying? Your number one corner against the number one wide receiver. It's not an L for Surtain, and to me, it's not an L for Adams. I don't think that's the L. And the reason why it's not an L because to me, I just feel like it's a good competitive matchup. It's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? When you go Michael Jordan versus I don't know whoever the best player, or LeBron James versus Kawhi Leonard. You know what I'm saying? Those type of matchups. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see good defensive plays on LeBron James, and you're gonna see LeBron James get off. That's what we saw.
That's cool. And if at the end of that game LeBron has 22 points, then Kawhi won that matchup, bro. Period. Because if the highest paid guy in the league at $30-something million, a guy who y'all still try to tell me is the number one guy, etc., it's all good. I'm not knocking him because if you told me he's number 2 or number 3, we in business. But let's say if he's the number one guy, 70 yards and no touchdowns against, that's a win for the guy who was guarding him, bro. There's no other way you can look at that. Not to say that he didn't win a rep, but that's not how this is based on. You know, we're not going to say, oh, well, he won a rep and had a nice 14-yard catch. Well, what's a 14-yard catch worth at the end of the day? Like, if you're telling me he had 5 14-yard catches, because that's all it takes to get to 70 yards, and he didn't score a touchdown, he wasn't a factor in that game. The defense won that. Like, we can't and I'll tell you exactly where it comes from, Chop. And I'm not even saying that you're thinking about this yourself directly, but I'll tell you in my mind where that comes from is because guys want to think about the magical, historical, super special run that Revis had where top flight guys were held to like 30 yards or less. Well, that's not realistic. Like Primetime isn't considered the best corner in the history of football because everybody he ever lined up against didn't get 50 yards. No, man. If you look at that Super Bowl when Dallas played Pittsburgh, honestly, 2 of the touchdowns we scored were against Deion. So, you know what I'm saying? So a top flight guy can't go have an average day and that considered a win. That's a loss because all we wanted to do was keep him from getting off. So, you know what I'm saying? 70 catches and no touchdowns. We did exactly what we set out to do that day. Like, that's a win for the defense, bro.
He went 9 for 101. Let's just put that out there.
You went who?
He went 9 for 101.
No, total. But I'm talking about there was a graphic that showed his matchups between Surtain, and I don't even know if it was 70 on Surtain, but I'm talking about the matchup between him and Surtain. So right. On the day, 9 for 101. So that's a good day. You know what I'm saying? In totality. Now I don't know if he got in the paint, but I thought I had seen a graphic.
No, he didn't get in the paint.
Yeah, okay, and he still didn't get in the paint. Yeah, but I thought I'd seen the graphic. Okay, never mind. I should take that. I was talking about just their matchup. I'm saying like if when I stick, that's okay. That's another good point. Just like you was talking about LeBron. Let's say LeBron scores 35 in this game. But 6 of them came against Kawhi. So Kawhi clamped him. He had 6 points against Kawhi. He had 26 against the rest of the team. Well, Kawhi won that matchup. We lost the game, and LeBron had a good game, but he didn't win that matchup with Kawhi. You know what I'm saying? So he didn't win his matchup with Surtain, where I was getting at. But yeah, but yeah.
Well, either way.
Did you give me a score?
I'm about to give it to you now. And I'm gonna roll with Greg Squire's score, man. I'm gonna ride with Greg, man. 31-27 final score of this game. I got Las Vegas over New Orleans, man. Las Vegas over New Orleans.
Okay.
So that's where I'm going there. Let's go to the next one, Willie Jack. We got another interesting game. And actually, before we get into this game, I think it's about time, man. We gotta pay some bills, bro. I need just it's time to let them know, bro.
Hey, y'all already know what's going on, man. Today's episode, Chop Willie in the morning. Brought to you by your dogs, first and foremost, and let the film speak, man. Chop Willie, what you thought, man? And secondarily, brought to you by the Three Amigos. Y'all stop playing, man. Like, share, subscribe to Three Amigos, 3-piece spicy, 3 the hard way. Y'all know what's coming next, and say it with me now. The Three Amigos, like, share, subscribe, but it is a 4-part process because first you got to tap in with like Three Amigos, like, share, subscribe. That's just step number 1. That just gets you in the dough. You ain't sat down, you ain't had a drink, you ain't had nothing to eat. You just got in here. Like, share, subscribe, tap in, be respectful, introduce yourself. Then you got to tell a friend. Then you got to tell your friend to tell a friend. Then you got to tell your friend's friend to tell his partner to come on down, man. Nah, I should have said, you know what? Not come on down. Come on up to the penthouse, to the YouTube. Tap in with your dogs, man. Chop Willie in the morning. Sundays, 10 o'clock. Come in here. Get your head buzzed real quick before you get settled in with your folks and watch the football. Then, also, don't forget to circle back. Spin the block one more time on Wednesdays, man, to get the home base shows. Chop tell you it's home base. You ain't free till you come home. We ain't safe till you touch home base. Come home, touch home base on Wednesdays, man, 7 o'clock at night. Ain't going nowhere. Y'all know what's going on. But yeah, I appreciate all the love as always, man. Y'all know the fan favorites, man. Y'all know which podcast hold us down. Y'all know Real Deal STL Sports always holding us down, man. Y'all know Project Precision Painting out of Atlanta is holding us down, man. Y'all know what's going on. Y'all know about them. Y'all know about the membership, man. Y'all know about Day One Game Jarrell. Y'all know about Day One Game Time, man. Y'all know about all the loved ones in the chat right now. Greg Squires, Kevin. We appreciate any and all of y'all, man. So appreciate all the love and support. And now, as always, man, back to the regular scheduled programming.
For sure. And before we go into the next game, Jarrell, man, he asked for a quick London update, man. I'll let you know right now, Denver, they still in the lead. They up 14-10 right now with 7 minutes left in the fourth quarter. Right now, Jacksonville has the ball. They are at the Denver 47 after looks like a terrible punt. You know what I'm saying, in this particular game. So Jacksonville has the ball in Denver territory with 7 minutes left in this game. Right now, Denver's up 14-10, man. We'll keep y'all updated. Of course, we're coming down to the last, few minutes in this particular game. So we got you, man. I got you, Jarrell. You know what I'm saying? I keep y'all updated on what's going on. But going on to this next game, man, we got the New England Patriots. They going to New York to take on the Jets. Mm-hmm. And I got to say, man, this is an interesting game. First off, it's a divisional matchup, but then secondly, like this New York team is playing some pretty solid football right now. You know what I'm saying? Now, granted, they had a bad injury this past week, man. They lost probably their best player on offense. You know what I'm saying? And Breece Hall. They went to go get James Robinson. So I'm interested to see how he's going to be used in this particular game, or if it's going to be Michael Carter that they use going forward. But I want to see how this offense looks. I haven't seen, this offense really explode, you know what I'm saying, as far as like the passing game goes. And that's what I want to see. I want to see Zach Wilson go out here. And I know, Willie, you asked for it a couple of weeks ago, man, but this is the week, man. This is the week we got to see it. Zach Wilson, go for 300, man. 302 or 3 tubs, man. I think I want to see that from you today. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Not predicting it, but I'm saying I want to see it. This is a game you may have to do that in order to get this dub. You know how Bill Belichick is and how he is on young QBs and what he's going to do, you know what I'm saying, to try to get under your skin and try to keep you down and try to keep you from putting points on the board. So he's going to continue to do that. Also, Mac Jones is going to be the starter, so they're going back with Mac Jones, but we never know, man. We might see another 2 QB day today. But Zach Wilson, man, this is a big day for you, man. This is a show up. You know what I'm saying? Show up and show out type day for you. You need to show up. You need to show out. You know what I'm saying? And do your thing. I think both defenses are going to do enough, but this game is going to come down to who can make a play on offense. That's what this game is going to come down to. And Zach Wilson, I'm relying on my dog Willie Jack, man. I'm relying on what my dog Willie Jack told me a couple seasons ago. I'm relying on it. And I need you to come through, man. I need you to come make a play for me or for your team this particular week. So I'm going to go to New York this particular game over New England, when New York is at home. And I got the final score being 23-20. Final score this one.
Ooh-wee. And, man, I ain't going to lie. I'm not going to lie to you. This is one I went back and forth with, man. I went back and forth. And I like everything you said about my Jets, man. But I'm not going to lie, man.
Hold on now. Yo, Jets.
Oh, no, excuse me. Not my Jets. I like everything you said about Zach Wilson. I should say that. I like everything. I ain't going to say my Jets. My bad. I like everything you said about Zach Wilson. I like everything you said about Zach Wilson. But I'm not going to lie to you, bro. I'm taking Big Bad Bill on the road, man. I'm taking the boogeyman Bill himself, man, on the road in New York. And the reason it is because, just like you said, the Jets have won a lot of games this year. They've won more games this year to this point at 5-2 than a lot of people thought they would win this year. A lot of people had them pegged as a 4 or 5 win team for the season. They're 5-2 right now, going into the halfway mark. This one comes down to me, much like you said, when I think about the way they've won, and like I said, it's been a lot of perfect storm. It's been a lot of things, the ball bouncing their way. It's been a lot of Lamar Jackson and John Harbaugh giving them away. It's been a lot of Cleveland giving them away. It's been a lot of Green Bay giving them away. You know what I'm saying? And now, to their credit, they've stepped up and hit the ball when they've been put up the bat. You know what I'm saying? But
I like that analogy, dog.
That. You dig what I'm saying? So there's been a lot of that going on. Now, here's one thing I'll tell you about Bill Belichick. Bill Belichick ain't gonna shoot himself in the foot. You know what I'm saying? Now, last week they came out and took L. They just got it took to him. You know what I'm saying? Mac Jones came back from injury. It was ugly ball. The game quickly kind of got out of hand, and then you got Bradley Zappi out there just doing what he could do to get to the end of this game. So Bill now, even more so the time. I didn't think I was gonna see Tom lose 3 in a row. I'm not ready to say I'm going to see Bill Belichick lose 2 in a row, Chop, to Justin Fields and Zach Wilson. The league ain't ready for that, man. We done seen Tom Brady and A.A. Ryan look average, okay? And now y'all telling me we're going to see Bill Belichick, Boogeyman Bill? Boogeyman Bill's going to be an average coach just because Tom Brady and A.A. Rodgers are average quarterbacks now? I can't take it, Chop. I can't. Not on my watch. I don't think Big Bad Boogeyman Bill is going for it, man. So I expect my chair is losing height. My fault. I kept sinking. I don't know if you caught it. I was sinking slowly down, bro. But I don't think Bill's going for that. I think this is where Bill kind of stops the bleeding. I think he's got a divisional matchup, a team he knows, man. A team he knows. I was slowly sinking, bro. But no, I think all that said, man, I think Bill definitely with that defense gets them fired up. That offense hasn't looked great. With or without Breece Hall, that offense has looked putrid. You know what I'm saying? That offense has been a 60-yard splash run by Breece Hall. It's been a 40-yard deep pass completion to Garrett Wilson for Joe Flacco when the Ravens were just playing bad ball. But outside of these very specific splash plays, that offense hasn't really moved the ball. The closest to competent they've looked on offense is unfortunately when they played my Steelers, whose defense we were out 6 starters and we've been beat up all year. But that's the only time. And in the second half of that game where Zach Wilson was actually able to move the ball, they actually just went down the field and actually drove and scored points. That's the only time they've done it that comes to mind consistently this season. And so because of that, I think New England's defense has a big day. Matt Judon, I also think he gets home again a couple times a day. He had 2.5 last week against Justin Fields. I think Matt Judon probably gets a sack and have maybe 2 sacks a day as well on Zach Wilson. And I think Bill, this is the game where Bill stops the bleeding. Like, hold on, man. Hold on. Justin Fields got off on us like this. Hey, hold on now. This ain't what we do. Zach Wilson's not going to be that guy to do it against us as well. I actually don't mind your score, but I don't even think they get to 20 points, though. I'm going to go 23 New England, but I'm going to go 17. No, I'm not going to give him 2 touchdowns because Bill don't play that. 16. Big Bad Bill said he back and he ain't playing it. He ain't playing that, man. 16-23 New England on the road to make everybody else real uncomfortable. Just when you thought it was over, I'm back. You know what I mean? That's what Bill's on today. Just when you thought it was over, I'm still here. I'm still here just enough in the wings to let y'all know that I'm lurking. You know what I mean? And this is the week for Bill to do that.
Okay, gotcha. Quick update on this game, man. We just had Jacksonville go in the end zone and score a touchdown, man, on a run by Travis Etienne, man. And now the score is after the extra point, 17-14. Now we still in the fourth quarter. It's a little bit over 3 minutes, 3.5 minutes left. You know, so 3:49 on the clock. Of course, Denver has the ball, and yeah, man, it's about that time.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So. And then as we also speak, Russell Wilson, man, just completed a deep pass to KJ Hamler, man, for 49 yards. So right now, right off the bat, man, Denver is moving in the right direction. They are on the, let me see where they at right now. They on the Jacksonville 31-yard line, man, and they driving 1st and 10. So hey, man, they moving and grooving. They moving and grooving. So Denver is they moving in the right direction. I need this one. You know what I'm saying? Just take up some more ground.
Man.
So that's where we go with that, man. So I'll keep y'all updated, man. I'll keep you updated on that game for sure. Let's move on to this next one, Willie Jack. We got Pittsburgh going to Philadelphia to take on the Eagles. I really want to know what you got in this one, Willie. You want me to do it for you, bro?
No, man. I'm gonna just get in and get out, man. Tough matchup today, Steeler Nation.
A little bit. Just a little bit.
Tough matchup, man. On the road against one of the forerunners in the NFC, or probably the head dog of the NFC. So now Philly, I think, has lost a little steam offensively from the first 3 games of the season to the last 3 or 4 they've played. Just a tad, you know what I mean? But still rolling. The rich are still getting richer. Shout out to Howie Roseman, your executive of the year. He locked that up in the preseason, man. He locked that up in the draft. But if he didn't do nothing else but get A.J. Brown for the Titans for what he did, he was the executive year in my book right then. And the show ain't stopped. Just brought over Robert Quinn from the Bears. And not to say that Robert Quinn was necessarily tearing it up with the Bears, but now Robert Quinn gets to play Von Miller now. He gets to come over to a defense that isn't in a bind. They don't need him to beat T.J. Watt. They just need him to stay healthy. And when it's time to go get him, go get him. And that's what we're seeing from Von Miller. Von Miller's only playing 35, 45 snaps a game. He's not playing 55, 65 snaps a game. So they're managing his snaps and they're maximizing what he could do best is put him in these pass situations and let him get loose. He's going to go over there to Philly and be a part of a very deep rotation on that defensive line. That's just typical Philly. That's their MO. That's what they do. So they load up on that D line, and it's getting scary. Say all that to say, man, I'm gonna take Philly at home. You know, it is what it is, man. Taking Philly at home. My hope is that our defense is able to just keep it respectful. You know what I'm saying? 24-20. Maybe that's a little ambitious, but 24-20 Philly on the road. Man, my young rookie, man, he's taking his lumps. He's taking his growing pains, man. Hopefully he doesn't take too many more today, particularly. But like I said, all I'm looking for is a Steelers, man. I just want to see competent offense. I want to see us have real scoring drives. All right, give me 2 real touchdowns today, Pittsburgh. Give me just 2 real touchdowns. We'll lose a draw. I want to see 2 real touchdowns. Not the defense ran one back. Not an interception that gives us a very short field and we still won. 2 real drives, 2 real touchdowns, just to let me know that brighter days are coming. All right, but yeah, man, I'm gonna take a Philly at home, man, 24-20.
Got you, Willie Jack, and I ain't gonna kill you too bad, man. And in fact, man, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you, man, y'all gonna get 2 touchdowns, bro. I'm gonna put it out there for you. Y'all got 2 touchdowns coming today. You know why? Chop said it. That's why. You know what I'm saying? Top told you. That's why y'all getting 2 touchdowns, man. But hey, I'm sad to say that's all y'all gonna get.
That's it. Don't ask for no more. You got 2, but don't ask for no more.
You asked for 2, bro. So I got you.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
But I don't know if I can get you anything else, bro. But yeah, but I got Philly winning this game, man. And I am gonna give Pittsburgh the 2 touchdowns. So give Pittsburgh 14, and I'll go ahead and say that Philly will come away with 28 points this game. 28-14 final score. I think this is a 2 touchdown game for sure for them. I think they continue to move on with their dominant performances, you know what I'm saying, as far as up front, that line of scrimmage and, you know, everything else. Now, it won't be as easy. You know, you still got Hayward sitting over there in the middle, you know what I'm saying? So you ain't just moving that boy around. That ain't how it works, you know what I'm saying? It don't work like that. But I do expect this offense to still do their thing and put up – they'll give Hurts some sort of problems. And now that I'm talking about it and really thinking about this, give me 21-14. It'll be just a touchdown game. You know what I'm saying? It'll be a closer game. I expect Pittsburgh to stay close, be tough, you know what I'm saying, in this particular game and kind of go from there. So give me Philly.
Now, quick news, though. T.J. Watt is practicing. You know what I'm saying? So I think we get our bye week after this week. So hopefully, and this is what the rumblings were from the beginning, is that he may be able to return realistically after the bye week. So he's on the field at least doing a little field work, etc. So he's in the 21-day window from when he has to return to active, you know, sent to the active roster, etc. But so this, hopefully for us Steelers fans, man, it's the last game without big play TJ. And then like we said, man, we're a completely different team when he's on the field, honestly. And then wins and losses, I don't know how legitimate, or sometimes the stat doesn't actually quantify reality. But we're like 1-7 without TJ Watt on the field, or 1-8. Like career, and I think we just won our first game without TJ as a team, in a game that he didn't start. That was this year, so we had been like 0-8 without TJ Watt. So it is a different team and a different ball game, man, when he's on the field. So hopefully we can get him back and see if we can steal a couple on the other side of this bye week.
For sure, for sure. We had a couple of different updates coming in here from Greg, man. He's letting us know about the game. But yeah, man, it was in a 2-minute warning. It just came out of the 2-minute warning. They were inside the 20, and then the first play out of the 2-minute warning, it was an end around to KJ Hamler for about 9 yards. So right now we're sitting at 2nd and 1, and it looks like they're on the 9-yard line right now.
Okay.
2nd and 1. They got a chance to get a first down, and then it's goal to go after that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll keep y'all updated, man. It's under 2 minutes. You know what I'm saying? The clock is rolling. You know what I'm saying? And you know, Latavius Murray, they just gave him the ball. Now it's 1st and goal. They on the Jacksonville 2.
Okay.
Latavius Murray got to run for 7 yards. So on the Jacksonville 2-yard line right now. And I would imagine that Jacksonville is going to start taking some time out. Yep, and they just go ahead. They took their first time out with 1:47 left. You know what I'm saying? So they got 2 more left. I expect them to continue to use it if Denver doesn't get in on this next play. So, of course, like always, I'll keep y'all updated, man. So they on a
what's that score right? What's the score again?
Jacksonville is up by 3, 17-14. That's the score right now. And like I said, Denver is on a 2-yard line. It's 1st and goal right now with 1:47 left.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
appreciate the updates, Greg. Keep them coming, big dog. Appreciate you.
For sure. On to the next one, Willie Jack. We got a divisional matchup, man. I hope my dog Tom is still in the building because we're going to Houston, dog. We're going to Houston. Tennessee is going to Houston, and I'm excited about this one. This is a game I want to see, not because of the matchup. You know what I'm saying? Not at all. And actually, they're showing the game on TV right now. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
And Latavius Murray gets in. Denver scores a touchdown. It's 1:43 left on the clock. They're about to go for the extra point. If they get this extra point, that means they go up 21-17, and it's 1:43 left, and see if Trevor Lawrence can put together a drive with 2 timeouts, you know what I'm saying, to try to score a touchdown in this particular game. So, man, we got a good one cooking in London, man. And hey, man, it's some good ball going on right now. Russell Wilson, man, in his start coming back to this game, hey, man, he might pick up a W. We'll see, man. Maybe this is something that gets that team going, hopefully, because they need something. You know what I'm saying? They need something. But going back to this game, man, this is a really, really good game that I said that I really like. And the reason why I like this game is because we get to see some Malik Willis is starting in this game over Tannehill, man. We got Malik Willis coming out in this game. Tannehill is struggling right now with an ankle injury. So we're going to get the start from my boy, man. And I'm just going to say it like this. And I said it in the group. I'm going to say it again for y'all because I don't know if y'all heard me. You know what I'm saying? I want to make sure it's said loud so where y'all really can hear me. Tannehill better get back healthy soon. He better get healthy fast, bro. Just like we said with Zappy, Mac Jones better get – man, Tannehill, you better get healthy because even if he's not the passer right now, you know what I'm saying, when you talking about maturity and stuff like that Tannehill is and his ability to read the coverages and do things that you want to see a pro quarterback do, he still brings a different dynamic. And that dynamic is with his legs. You know what I'm saying? His shiftiness, his speed, playmaking ability, that brings something different to an offense, man. And it brings a lot of energy to an offense. You know what I'm saying? When you can, we talked about this before too, Willie Jack. It's 3rd down. Everybody's covered. Everybody's locked up. But then, dang, the breath gets taken out of your defense because the defense gives up a quarterback run. He scrambles and gets 10, 15 yards and picks up the first down. That's what Malik Willis is going to bring to the table. And if he plays well, best believe in Tennessee, man, it's going to be Hawkeyes on Tannehill with any mistake that he makes. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be asking for that young boy to come in, man. So I'm anxious to see, you know what I'm saying, how he looks in this particular game. That's why I'm excited to see it. But yeah, all that to say, I got Tennessee in this game, man. I think they roll. Derrick Henry continues his thing and continues to roll over this particular defense. I got this final score being 27-13. Final score of this
one. 27-13. And you know what, man? This is a tough one because Malik Willis this is the thing about it. Phenomenal athlete, we know that. And now, honestly, I think, just like you said, I think there is a chance that maybe he can poach this job for Tannehill, and not necessarily because he's going to play so great, but just because the Tannehill just hasn't at all. And not to say that he just hasn't been much of a factor one way or the other. You know what I mean? So he's almost, if you're not helping us move forward, then you may as well be holding us back. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think necessarily. What's going on, man? Fill me in.
This dude Tom tripping, bro.
What'd he say, man?
Young C.
Hey, man.
Hey, man. Young CJ, no Messiah Stroud. This dude tripping, bro.
The boy don't even like getting his ankle taped. He don't want nobody touching his ankles, man. Hey, better safe than sorry. The boy said, "Don't even take my ankles. Leave me alone,
nothing, bro. Leave
me alone.
Nothing,
he don't want nothing but 60-year-old white man taping his ankles.
That's it, bro.
Yeah, that's it. Just to stay safe. But no, man. I think I was saying that. I think there is something what you're saying. Ryan Tannehill hasn't played great. He hasn't played, and not to say, the great play of Tannehill could be, saying that could be debatable, but he just hasn't been a factor at all. So he's not swaying the needle one way or the other. And in football or in most sports, they'll tell you, if you're not getting better, then you got worse. You don't stay the same. If you're not getting better, you're getting worse. And so Tannehill, it hadn't got any better. You know what I'm saying? It just hasn't been a lot of great ball or just difference-making ball, I should say. Not to say he's made overly critical mistakes or et cetera, but if you get what I'm saying, there is an opportunity here for Malik Willis. If he can really come in and really get this offense going, have them looking dynamic, then at the very least, maybe now he does, his play demands that Tennessee cannot not put him on the field. You know what I'm saying? So, and not to say that's going to be an immediate just start and just come in and just take over, because I don't think Vrabel's that style of coach. Vrabel would much rather be, attack this thing much more rationally and logically and think like, no, I'll take Tannehill. I'd rather know what I'm going to get as opposed to hope for something great to happen, but I don't know what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? So that we've seen it from Vrabel benched this boy in the preseason game because he felt like he was running too much. The boy played 6 snaps. So that lets you know where they at. Like, no, you're not going to come here and beat Justin Fields. That's what they're telling him. You're not going to come here and beat Justin Fields. Like, you're here, but we want a guy to come here and be an athletic quarterback. Don't be an athlete. Be an athletic quarterback. Don't be don't be the other way around. You know what I mean? I said that wrong, but you get what I'm saying.
I know what you mean.
Exactly. There we go. And so I do think that there's an opportunity there for Malik Willis if we could see what type of progress he's made since we've seen his I guess less sustained actually in preseason. But I say that to say, man, I am going to take Tennessee in this one. If nothing else, I hope they added a couple RPO packages just for him and Derrick Henry. If nothing else, you know what I mean? And that right there should be good for 2 touchdowns. If they don't have nothing but a base read option between him and Derrick Henry, that should be 2 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? So I'll take Tennessee on the road, a divisional game. I'm not gonna lie, man. I almost thought that Houston. This is one I think that Houston maybe could. Because if Malik Willis goes out there, man, and everything, and the bullets are too live and the bullets are too fast, then this is one that definitely Houston is not out of the realm of possibility that Houston could win. But I'm taking Tennessee on the road 24-17. I talked about that way too long. We talked about that way too long.
All good, Willie Jack. But hey, I got an update for y'all, man. And it's looking like this game is coming to an end. Trevor Lawrence, as we talked about time and time again, and maybe we spend a little second on this one, Willie Jack.
Go ahead, come on.
Throws an interception. Denver has the ball. They've been running the ball. Jacksonville has now used all of their timeouts. The last play was ran with 1:24, and it's 4th down. Denver is in their territory. I imagine they're gonna come out and kick a field goal. Actually, they called a timeout. They called a timeout at 34 seconds. So now they're probably gonna come out, kick a field goal. But it's 4th and 1 though. So I don't know. Do they come out? Willie Jack. Denver is on.
Ooh.
Denver is on the Jacksonville 26. It's 4th and 1.
Okay.
Denver is up 21-17.
Okay.
Do you kick the field goal here to go up 7 and make Jaguars drive the length of the field? Or do you just go ahead and go for it and to try to just run out the rest of the clock for this game? You know what I'm saying? I'm going to give you my opinion. You know what? No, I want to hear your opinion. What are you doing here? It's 4th and 1. So it's 34 seconds left on the clock.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get it, it's a turnover on downs. Jacksonville.
They've got 25 seconds to try to score.
They got 25 seconds to try to drive from the 26-yard line, you know what I'm saying, to score a touchdown. They need a touchdown with 36 seconds. So a play takes about 5 seconds. So maybe 30 seconds left on the clock.
No, I'm kicking this field goal, and I'll tell you why. I'm kicking this field goal for one, because of the field placement. So the 26-yard line, that's a touchback. If you kick off and it's a touchback, you start on 25. So that's still essentially they have to go to full field. So imagine if they score and they kick a touchback and start at 25. So the start point is comparable to what you get even if you score. So I don't mind that. And also the field goal puts you up a full 7. You know what I'm saying? It's not like going up 6 and then the extra point beats you. It's not like going up 5 and then just the initial touchdown to 6 beats you. It is a full 7 and on a team that this isn't an offensive juggernaut. Now, if that's Big Josh Allen on the other side, I don't want to give Big Josh the ball back, period. You know what I'm saying? At all. I want to win right now. We get this first down, we take 2 knees, and we go home. You know what I'm saying? Party bus. Party plane back from London.
Actually, if they get the first down, they probably won't have to run another play at all.
Okay, yeah, there you go. Yeah. We do want to apply context. Trevor Lawrence, as we know, is not Big Josh. He's not Patrick Mahomes. You know what I'm saying? So we're not turning the ball back over to 2012 Peyton Manning. You know what I'm saying? So if we don't make it, they've still got to go to full field. Mind you, we just seen them give the ball right back to us. So all that to say, in this situation, yeah, I kick that field goal. But when you only up 2 or whatever, and it's from the 60-yard field goal line or 60-yard line, and your kicker's not Justin Tucker, Nathaniel Hackett, you don't kick that one. You can kick this one though.
Okay.
What was you doing there?
I'll probably kick the field goal. You know me, I'm more of that type of person. I'm kicking a field goal in this particular situation. And yeah, I'm just living with it. You gotta go, you gotta drive the length of the field, and you gotta go 6. Now, right now, it looks like it's a play under review. So I don't know if they're looking to see if he maybe got the first down or not, but it's a play under review right now. But when the play is done, I'll let y'all know. But yeah, I'm probably going ahead and kicking the field goal.
Yeah. Tom made a very good point because they got to drive for 7 either way. And that's fair, Tom. They got to make the same drive either way. So that is fair. But that's where it goes back to, well, who's the opponent? So Trevor Lawrence having to drive for 7 or Big Josh having to drive for 7. You know what I mean? That's a tougher road or a tougher challenge for Trevor Lawrence and those Jaguars. Just like we've seen, 36 seconds is too much time for Patty. We've seen it, and we've seen it on the big stage. You know what I'm saying? So if it's Patty, if it's Big Josh, you know what I mean? If it's one of those, if it's one of them ones, y'all know what I'll be going on, man. If it's one of them ones, then yeah, I'm with you, man. I don't want to put the ball in their hands at all, but it ain't one of them ones. It's just Trevor Lawrence, man. Overrated a little bit, man. I told Chop when he's coming to the league, but it's all good, man.
All good. All right, Jack. Let's move on to the next game, man. Let's go ahead and do this, man. We got Washington. They going to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. This is a tough one for me, man. A tough one. One, because you got this Washington team that's playing some feisty ball right now. You know what I'm saying? As far as, you know, the defense and things like that. And then with Taylor Heinicke being the starter now, it brings a little bit more feistiness to this particular team. Then you got Indianapolis, who in my mind, I feel like they're desperate. They're desperate for a win, desperate to do something, because I feel like if they don't get something done and make something happen within this year, Frank Wright might be out on his way out the door. And it looks like that, you know what I'm saying? It looks like that Sam Ehlinger is coming in to be the guy they're looking to get that spark for. They're looking to get a spark with him. One, being a little bit more agile, being able to run a little bit, you know what I'm saying, use his legs more than Matt Ryan was able to. I think they're looking to do that. Put it on mute, bro. Mute.
Oh, no, I did.
Mute. Shout out my dog Willie, man. Just let the film speak. You know what I'm saying? Let the film speak. I apologize to all of our listeners right now. But hey, man, he gotta do what he gotta do. He gotta take care of his business, man. Gotta take care of his business. But hey, I will say that I'm
I thought I did, bro.
That's crazy. I thought I did. We gotta talk to the editors, man. We're gonna cut that out. We're gonna cut that out, man.
It won't make post-production. Don't worry about it.
It won't make post-production. We're gonna cut that out, man. But yeah, I said all to say, man, I like watching this game, man. And I didn't pick this game intentionally until I got to this point, because I wanted to talk about it in my head. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going watching this particular game. I like the way that they are operating right now, and I think they're going to present problems to this Indianapolis team. The Indianapolis team, I don't trust Sam Ehlinger's arm. Now, don't get me wrong, I liked him coming out. You know what I'm saying? Coming out of Texas, I thought he brought similar qualities as you said before as Tim Tebow. You know what I'm saying? And Tim Tebow, we say all this stuff about Tim Tebow.
Y'all gotta remember, Chop was a Tebow guy. Let me establish. Chop was a Tebow guy now.
Tim Tebow won games, man. We said a lot. Everything we want to say, Tebow won games, man. And that's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And Sam Ehlinger, like I said, he reminds me of that. But I just don't think the way that this team is orchestrated and what's around them, I don't think they'll be able to do that today. JT, where you at, man? JT, you know what I'm saying? This is your time now. This week going forward, you got to show up, man. Show up and show out. You know what I'm saying? It's your time. You got to put this team on your back. If this team is going to be successful, it's going to be on the back of him. You know what I'm saying? Number 28. So that's what I need them to see. But I'm going Washington in this one, man. I'm gonna go with them coming away with this W. And I'm gonna give them a final score of 2017. 2017.
Is it 2017?
Yep, 2017.
Okay. 2017, man. Hey, shout out real quick to my dog, man. Young Fee in the building, man. Appreciate the love, big dog. My homeboy, man. Jerome Scott, man. Appreciate your love, big dog. But no, this one for me, this is an ugly game, man. Tyler Heineke versus Sam Ehlinger. What do you want me to do with this? You know what I'm saying? Now, you do make a good point about Jonathan Taylor, but that goes to the bigger problem. We know the problem is not Jonathan Taylor because we've seen that's a 2,000-yard back waiting to happen. You know what I'm saying? That offensive line for Indianapolis has been terrible this year. It really they've struggled all year long, and also it's been a catalyst to a lot of the struggles that we've seen from that offense in general, and which ties us back to Matt Ryan. They couldn't protect Matt Ryan, and Matt Ryan's not a spring chicken. He can't move around. He's taking a lot of shots. He's playing bad ball, trying to get the ball out of his hands quickly. But the issues with that team are on the O-line, and that's troubling because for one, they've got a guy who was looked at to be a generational difference maker in Quentin Nelson. He's still there. You know what I'm saying? He's still there, and he's been there all along. And it goes to the greater point of what we've talked about on the show, or what I've talked about on the show, when we talk about ranking top 100 players and ranking positional value, et cetera, as great and as dominant as a guy like Quentin Nelson may be individually. Well, the offensive line isn't about that, though. It's only as good as the whole. That's why Joe Thomas, for a decade, didn't give up a pressure, and it didn't matter because the Browns won 0 games twice in his time there. Or, won less than 2 games twice, 2 or 3 times at this time there. And so anyway, that's just another, I'm saying, just another aspect of that. But for all of those reasons, though, man, and with Sam Ehlinger just now coming in to make his first start, now it is at home. I'm taking Washington as well in this one. Not that I expect great things from them on the other side of that ball as well, but I just don't know at all what we're going to get from Sam Ehlinger, saying, to drop it back to sling the football, even at the crib. So give me Washington in this one, in an ugly, unexciting game that nobody's going to want to see. But I'm going to take 23-14 Washington on the road in Indianapolis. And as bad as this was so terrible about that, there's rumors or grumblings around that that ownership, Jim Irsay, kind of forced their hand to bench Matt Ryan because he's like, I need to see some type of change. He's demanding a change or some type of spark.
The move seemed a little panicky to me.
Exactly. And there's reports that say it wasn't at all because of Frank Reich and even with Chris, the general manager, Chris. Is Chris something?
I forgot his name too.
Yeah, and he's an excellent. He came from Kansas City. He's an excellent GM by all accounts. For the most part, just hadn't got the quarterback right. But I I think we both are fans of Reich. But anyway, yeah. So the pressure was coming from ownership. Essentially, was like, okay, well, I'm making a change on this team, and a drastic one. It's either going to be the quarterback, or it's going to be the coach, or it's going to be the GM. But one of y'all three is going, so y'all get together and figure out who. And of course, GM and coach came back with, "Hey, sorry, Matt, but hey, it's going to be me, or it's going to be you, or it's going to be us." And so now you got Sam Ehlinger playing here, and Ehlinger over Nick Foles as well, which is also maybe a little interesting. So I say all that to say, man, I don't expect much from this Colts team, and I think this is going to be one where next year around this time, man, there may be a very good coach in Frank Reich on the available for services, and there may be a very good GM or front office person in the GM. I'm so upset I can't think of his name, dog. Chris Ballard. There we go, Chris Ballard. Chris Ballard and Frank Reich may be in new cities next year, and it won't because neither of those guys are talented. They just struck out at the quarterback position. But we'll keep an eye on that. But I say all that to say, give me Heineke and Washington 23-14 in the game that nobody's going to watch.
For sure.
What's that? I got interception audio. What is that?
That's this. So I'll be having my list of stuff with my news and stuff like that, man, and it started playing through the audio.
I got you.
From ESPN. But the game is over, man. The game is over. It's been decided. Denver came away with the W in this game, man. They won this one 21-17. So Denver comes away with the W, man. Like I said, maybe this is one that gets them going, and and throughout the season, maybe this is something they start to improve week to week. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. I'm anxious to go back and really watch everything when it came to this game. I really want to see how Russell looked this week. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully we saw some improvement. But yeah, the offense put up 21 points. So
hey,
something happened. Yeah. On to the next game, Willie Jack, and we getting a little bit close to that time, man. So I'm gonna put a little bit
let's go.
Put a little bit of speed on this one, man. But we got this Sunday night game. We got your boy, man, Green Bay going to Buffalo to take on your boy Big Josh, man. And I'm gonna be quick and I'm gonna be out your way, man. I'm going Buffalo in this game, man. Green Bay has not shown me much, or if much at all. You know what I'm saying? As far as them being a really competitive team, they've coming off of some tough losses and get some not so tough teams. The offense can't get together, and that's just not what you need going to Buffalo right now on a Sunday night matchup in prime time. And Buffalo's coming off of a bye week. You know what I'm saying? So they had a little extra time to prepare. I expect Buffalo to come out, take care of business, and really win this, game respectively. You know what I'm saying? And a little bit more comfortable, you know what I'm saying, as far as how they're going to do this, man. So I got Buffalo winning this game 27-7. No, let me get 28. Let me get 28-20. 28-20. That don't even sound right. Give me 28-16. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry. 28-16, dog.
I'm writing pen, dog.
Hey, man. Hey, sometimes you add a little bit of character to your paper, man, when you put some scratches on it.
Hey, yeah, well, you got to write over it there. There you go.
Yeah.
No, short and sweet, man. Big Josh gonna roll, man. Big Josh, man. This Big Josh leads, man. The rest of these boys just lining up, man. Y'all know I told y'all that. Big Josh at the crib, man. I had picked 30-20 because it just still feels disrespectful, man, just to say that hey, Ron just gonna go out there and just get washed up, man. And just get it took it to him, man. But if you told me that this game is 30-16, if you told me this game is 30-13, especially with, man, no, you know what? I can't give him 20 points. Not the way that Buffalo defense is playing.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
30-14.
Buffalo defense is playing good, and the Green Bay offense is playing bad.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly right. And so, and Green Bay's defense isn't playing well. Alexander's out there getting worked on, man. Jair Alexander hasn't been great this year. It hasn't looked great. Scary Terry had his first sighting of the year last week against Jair Alexander. 2 big catches or several big catches, one of them being a touchdown. Yeah, give me Buffalo, man, rolling in this one. 30-14. I don't think that 30 is safe from Buffalo. That 30 could just as easily be 40, bro. And I don't think that 14 is safe for Green Bay. That 14 could be 10. This could get really ugly. You know what I mean? Honestly, if Big Josh comes out there rolling, and I expect him to because he's Big Josh. That's what Big Josh does. Big Josh only knows one way, and that's up. You feel me? So give me Big Josh going big, man. 30-14 at the crib. Like I said, it's something like the 2016 Warriors. They just waiting for the finals to start. You know what I mean? You just waiting for the finals to start, man. Like, yeah. We just chilling. We just wait till the lights come on. That's all it is.
Okay. All right, man. Well, last but not least, this ain't the last one, but we're gonna go to the Monday night game, man. Monday night game, man. We got a Halloween matchup, and I think the NFL did this on purpose, man. Put the orange teams on Halloween, man. And we got Cincinnati is going to Cleveland, man, to take on the Browns. Who you got?
Cincinnati on the road, man. We kind of touched on it earlier. Cincinnati is starting to round into form. So Cincinnati, I think, with this last win, are Cincinnati 4-3 now. You may need to help me out a little bit on that. I want to say now Cincinnati's 4-3, over 500. I think they are a game behind Baltimore as far as the AFC North title standings go. But I would say I feel comfortable that they're the better team or playing the best in the division. And like I said, it feels like they're just now kind of starting to hit their stride. They start a little slow. This is a 4-3 team.
4-3 too. Yeah, they 4-3. You're right.
Exactly. So they're 4-3. Realistically, they should probably be 5-1. You know what I mean? So I think, like I said, this is a team is starting to find its way. They get a Cleveland team that is kind of falling back into the team we expected them to be. You know, because you've got Jacoby Brissett as your starting quarterback, there's only so much you can expect. So they're 2-5. They've been competitive in a lot of those games, but they're 2-5. So I don't expect much to change in this one. Since Cleveland's defense hasn't played well all year, Cincinnati is going in there and they're coming in, like I said, with confidence and building momentum. I'm going to go 28. I go 28-23. It's still a divisional matchup. It is still Cleveland at home. I do still expect Nick Chubb to have a lot to say in this game as well. And I think they can remain competitive in the game. But I do think all told, Cincinnati's up 28-23, and I don't know if Jacoby Brissett can go 60 yards to get a touchdown for the win. And so I'm going to take Cincinnati 28-23 on the road.
Gotcha. And I got Cincinnati as well. I'm going to go 24-20 in this game, Willie Jack. And for me, you're right. Cincinnati is starting to roll. I do think the offense maybe takes a small tick back from the past couple of weeks, especially with Jamar Chase being out. So Jamar Chase, they won't have him.
He's out. Yeah.
But I do expect Tyler Boyd and T. Higgins to step up their game, and they got more than enough weapons to still be successful in this game. I expect them to hand the ball off a little bit more to Joe Mixon. I expect Joe Mixon to probably have a solid game this one, because this Cleveland defense hasn't been playing well at all. You know what I'm saying? As far as tackling, covering, everything that you need to do for a defense, you know what I'm saying? They haven't been doing that too well. Now, on the other side of that, I do feel like, Cleveland, they still are able to run the ball. Now, here's the thing, too. I'm not going to talk too much about Cleveland. I just don't think they're not a good football team right now. They look like a bad football team, with the exception of their offensive line and run game. That's it. Those are the two bright spots on this team, which is not going to be enough for them to win. Now, on to my next point. Cleveland Browns are actually now, after they denied or didn't want to trade them, they're now actually listening and thinking about offers for Kareem Hunt, which opens up the question, Willie Jack. And we talked about this too, trades that we want to see. We got 2 days until that deadline hits, man. Kareem Hunt.
Yeah.
Where's a good fit for him, man?
Well, the first thing I got to say before we even get into that is Kareem Hunt is the second best running back option on the market right now, man. If your team ain't need a running back, you need to be hollering at Dallas, man. You need to be trying to free TP. But if you can't get TP out of Dallas,
you say TP better than Kareem? Ooh.
Right now, if I was ranking right now free agent tight ends, TP is the top of that list for me. He's younger.
Free agent running backs.
Yeah. So not free agent, but trade targets. Both of them on teams are not free agents. But if I had to rank like trade targets, I definitely would rank TP as the top viable running back trade option if I got to pay for one of these guys. He's younger, he's more explosive and dynamic, and Kareem Hunt, he hasn't played overly well this year. Now, not to say, I mean, he just hasn't. Now, I think he still has good ball in him, honestly. I really do. But he's not a better player than TP right now in my mind. TP, like I said, if you like Miles Sanders, I don't know how, and I'm not talking about you specifically, but Miles Sanders is a viable start in this league, and I see very comparable comparisons between Miles Sanders and Tony Pollard. So give me Tony Pollard, the younger, faster, more dynamic guy right now. But outside of that, then there's still the names we know. I still think because he is a very capable receiving back out the backfield. He is a very still capable power runner between the B gaps. I don't know how far he'll really stretch you anymore these days. You know what I'm saying? Maybe his 60-yard game days are over. But if you really want to be honest about it, he wasn't a roller when he came into the league anyway. He was closer to Le'Veon Bell, where he can explode and hit you for 40 yards. He's not necessarily taking it 80. Nick Chubb can take it 80 at that size. You know what I'm saying? So, but Buffalo Rams, and I'll give you one more for fun. I was going to give you one more for fun, man. I'm struggling, and I'm trying to be quick here, so I'm not going to give you another one. But Buffalo and the Rams are the two. And honestly, I think those are the two most viable options that anybody would want to go to, because those are championship contenders, or at least teams that you envision have some style of shot. Buffalo is easy. And then, like I said, the Rams, to get back on track, they don't look like champion contenders right now specifically, but a lot of that has to do with they don't have balance from the run game, and Matt Stafford is struggling to find anyone outside of number 10, in the receiving core. But a viable running back and getting back to balance in the run game could definitely kind of cure a lot of those ills. And so those are the two spots that I think would be on his own list, and I think that would make the most sense.
For sure. And I would love to see him in the LA uniform. We need you. Come on over, Kareem. We got you. Shaman Bay working something out. I think they're probably on the phone right now. I know they're supposed to be preparing for a game and all that.
Hey, y'all better do something.
He better do something.
It's looking like y'all gonna finish third in your own division. So y'all better do something.
Well, speaking of, let's go ahead and get to that division, man. One of the games of the week, my game of the week, man. We got San Francisco going to LA to take on the Rams, man, and I'm going Rams. I told you I'm dying on the hill. I don't care if he is the big brother. You know what I'm saying? Little brother got to win someday. He won last year in the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? Even though he got whooped in the regular season. I'm going there, man. I'm going there. I believe Debo is going to be out this game. You know what I'm saying? So that's going to be huge. I do want to see how Christian McCaffrey comes along in this particular offense. I want to see how he's going to look. Our defense has been playing pretty solid as of late. You know what I'm saying? We coming off of a bye week. So, I'm hoping they use that time to help and have the extra preparation and the extra motivation to come in ready to go for this game. Aaron Donald, it's time to turn it over, man. Time to hit that switch. It's time to turn it up. We trying for the rest of the season. I need to see that AD 99, that dog. You know what I'm saying? That all-pro guy we've been seeing for the last 7-8 years. So, you know what I'm saying? It's time to turn it over. I expect him to come in and have a huge impact on this game, especially with Debo being out. And hey, I'm going with my dogs, man. We're going LA, baby. LA, we're gonna come away with this W. I'm gonna go final score 20. Give me 30-20.
30-20.
30-20.
Okay. This game for me, man, it lost. It doesn't have the same luster on it, man. Seeing Jimmy G go out there get beaten in the head like he did on national TV by the Chiefs last week. So it lost a lot of steam. The Niners took a step back last week. Now the good news is help is on the way, man. They got young CMC in the building, man. We got a sprinkle. You know what I'm saying? We ain't getting nothing but a Salt Bay of Chris McCaffrey last week. And it was just enough to let me know that he's still there. He's still in there, baby. He's just waiting for somebody to bring it on out. He's just waiting for opportunity. And now that he was there 2 weeks, he was there for 3 days last time and played and got enough of the offense that he got about 15, 20 snaps, which is tremendous. Like, because it's not easy to come in, pick up, and be viable and actually get on the field. That's no small thing. Well, now he's had a whole week. He's had a whole week and a half now, actually. And so I am curious to see his usage. I hope they don't try to shortstop him. Don't try to, just let him get in and run. You know what I'm saying? If he only knows 40% of the offense, then that's the only 40% of the offense we need to run. Debo's out. Jimmy G took an ugly step last week. So I want us to go ahead and just full-fledged turn them keys over to CMC, Kyle Shanahan, man. Don't play yourself. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm looking for, man. And I think CMC can be the difference. I just don't like I just don't like Rams football right now, offensively or defensively. Until you just reminded me, I thought that Aaron Donald was on the pup list with TJ Watt because it feels like I ain't seen both of them all year. But one of them's been injured though. But other than that,
you don't stop taking shots at my dog, man.
Hey, now I'm just letting you know what the truth is. Hey, you asked for him as well. You put him on the milk cart before it even got to me. You had a milk cart, AD, man. Where you at, man? Hey, we need you, dog. Come on, man. Hey, AD, man. Hey, you know I need you in this one now, man. Come on, man. Yeah, that was you. Hey, I'm just saying. But you're right. He definitely will need to be a difference maker here. The Niners being without Debo and Jimmy G being as ugly as he was last week, that really does scare me. But good news is Brandon Ayuk has played some decent ball this year. You still do have George Kittle. And like I said, man, you got the man, the myth, the legend in CMC. And he's excited and motivated, man, to get back and really establish himself as, hey, y'all know who I am out here, or y'all forgot who I am out here, so let me get back to that. So I am going to take the Rams, and I'll take a big brother, Kyle Shanahan. I ain't going to take big brother, but I think it's going to be a tough, hard-fought game, man. You taking San
Francisco. You taking San Francisco.
I said it wrong. Yeah.
You said I am gonna take the Rams.
Oh man, hell no!
I want to make sure,
man. I'm taking the Ram killer. You cut me off too soon. I'm taking the Ram killer. That's what I meant to say. It sounded like I was gonna say Rams. I didn't fit the Rams killer. I'm taking the Rams killer and Kyle Shanahan, man. Killer Kyle Shanahan, man. Come on, man. The Niners win today and they win good, boy. It's gonna be Killer Kyle Shanahan from here on out, man. Y'all done heard it here. But yeah, give me Killer Kyle on the road, man. Going to Little Brother's house, making himself real comfortable on Little Brother's couch. 26-21. 26-21, man. Niners on the road. And like I said, what I'm looking for, man, I want to see CMC. CMC should touch this thing any and every which way possible. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm excited to see what Kyle Shanahan can cook up for my dog.
Okay. All right. Well, Willie Jack, it's your turn now, man. Talk to me about your game.
Yes, sir. The only game that matters this week, man, Big Gino. Come on, man. Big Gino against Big Quiet Saquon. Come on, man. One guy's nickname is Big Gino. The other guy's name is Big Quiet. Come on, man. So that's one L right now for New York. I'm going to tell you about it. They're going to take the second L. Seattle. will be at. Oh man, I didn't even let you introduce the game, man. I jumped right in. My fault.
Don't worry about it. You got it. It's your game of the week. You
New
do
York
it,
traveling across country in the Big Geno land, man. Big Geno land. New York Giants going on the road to Seattle. I can't wait to see this one. I'm taking Seattle and Big Geno. I'm disrespect. Big Geno. Y'all know what's going on. When you say Big Geno, you flex. Big Geno, and then you let everybody know he didn't write back, though. Big Geno didn't write back. He will win this game at the crib 24-20. And I think I like this matchup because this is a pretender and contender game right here for me. This is a pretender and contender game. Both these teams are performing better than we expected them to. Both these teams have records that are at or near the top of their respective divisions. So they're divisional leaders, and they're way outperforming their expectations. And so which one is a contender and which one is a pretender? This is a perfect matchup for me. And I'm going to tell y'all right now, man, Big Geno, because he didn't write back, I'm going to say he's a contender in that NFC West. And I think this game, more than anything, kind of help spring and catapult them, man, to really winning that division or seeing how the Niners bounce back. But I think this division is going to be between them and the Niners, assuming the Niners beat the Rams today. And I do think we finally see a little bit of that day ball magic. Maybe it runs a little short today. Like I said, the Giants, to me, not to the level of the Jets, but I feel like they've had a couple balls bounce their way. You know what I mean? They've had a couple teams make bad decisions that also gave them a chance to stick around or capitalize on a mistake or two. And we've seen we've seen a lot from Daniel Jones as far as running the ball. And honestly, the way this one matches up, I think Seattle's defense, which is young, is exciting. Chop already mentioned a couple of young names they've got. I think they can really just match up well and kind of keep the Giants offense more or less in a box. And then if you do that, like I said, then I think they have a chance to really go ahead and take it to the Giants. But I'm going to take Seattle and Big Geno 24-20 at home to establish themselves as a contender, and then maybe knock the Giants off their pedestal a little bit and knock them back into the pretender mode that I think they at.
Okay, I got you. I'm excited to see this game as well, Willie Jack. And you know what? I know you talked a lot about Geno, man, but I think this is honestly going to be a Donnell, what's going on with you, bro? Happy to have you up in here, man. Appreciate you for tuning in. But I think this is more so this is going to be a Walker versus Barkley game. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I think we're going to see two big games for both of these running backs. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to say this is not necessarily a performer of the week. I wouldn't be surprised if we seen 350 total yards from scrimmage from between both of these backs.
Oh, okay.
350 total yards from scrimmage for both of these backs. That means what? Maybe 150, 175 for each. You know what I'm saying?
175 for yes, those are very big days. 175 for each of them.
Yards from scrimmage. I think we can see that type of day from both of these backs, man. Big days, and I think it could come down to which back, you know what I'm saying, performs the best. Now, I do think this is going to be a close game. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a close one down to the end. I think that, you know what I'm saying, it's going to be another one of those Brian Daboll games, man. One of those games where, all right, we're going to keep it close, and then we're going to do what we do at the end. Daniel Jones has been doing a really, really good job of using his feet as of late. You know what I'm saying, providing that extra threat for this Giants offense. I expect him to do a little bit more of that same. But I think this is going to be a 24-23 ball game, man. That's my final score, 24-23. But I'm going Giants. And the reason I'm going Giants is because I like what they're doing right now, man. I like what they're doing. They sticking to their brand of football. This is their brand. Their brand is, let's keep this game close. We're going to play some good defense. You know what I'm saying? Ball control. You know what I'm saying? We're going to run that rock. We're going to be dynamic. And when it come down to the end, man, hey, we're going to do what we need to do and come away with this W, man. And we're going to wear you out. By the end of this game, that's when we're going to start seeing Saquon Barkley getting them big chunks, you know what I'm saying, and them big runs, you know, towards the end of the game. So that's where I'm going in this game, man. I'm going New York 24-23. Really close game, and I want to see. And maybe this is what I want to see. I want to see Walker and Barkley, both of them get off.
Both of them go off.
I want to see both of them battle it out, and we looking like, oh man, this is the future of the NFL right here, man. This the young Kenneth Walker kid, because I love what he brings to the table, man. He's a nice young running back. And yeah, man, I'm interested to see what he looks like in the future. I mean, but you still, if it come down to them two, I'm still going with the best in the business. You know what I'm saying? Hashtag best in the business. You know what I'm saying? Today is the day he's gonna go over 1,000 yards, you know, from scrimmage. on the year. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, crack that 1,000-yard mark around. And this is adding up about right. You know what I'm saying? Around halfway through the season. So by the end of the season, he'll be over 2,000 yards from scrimmage. You know what I'm saying? Just, slight work, best in the business type work. You know what I'm saying? So that's what we gonna see. You know what I'm saying today between both of these backs, man. I expect this to be a really exciting game, man. So that's what I'm looking at. 24-23. I got the Giants in this one.
24-23. I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm not mad at that score. I do think it's gonna be a tough competitive game. And yeah, man. So excited to see that one, man. Hey, it's looking like that's it. That's all, man. One more time, man. Who's your players of the week rundown? I got TP, man. Free TP the motor. You know what I'm saying? Free TP the movement. 150 from scrimmage and 2 touchdowns today, man. Go ahead, give me your player of the week one more time.
Okay. And I think I see Devontae Adams. Adams, 10 catches, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns, man. Big day for Devontae, man. He goes and takes care of business in New Orleans. But yes, like you said, Willie Jack, that's it. That's all. We came, we saw, we conquered, man. Hey. It's time. You know what I'm saying? We 1 minute away from kickoff. Hey, Willie Jack, bring us home, bro.
Hey, there y'all go, man. Hey, week 8 is in the books, man. Chop Willie in the morning. Did what we had to do, man. Came, saw, and conquered. You heard my dog just said. It sounds like y'all got 27 seconds left to get your picks in. And other than that, man, hey, everybody have fun, be safe. I ain't gonna hold y'all too long because it's game time. You know what I'm saying? You feel me? Have fun, be safe, enjoy yourself. Real quick rundown, man. Shout out to the members, man. Shout out to the members, man. Day one game, Jarrell in the building, man. Our dog, Tom Walker. Daniel D. Jones in the building, man. Following in to close out the show with us, man. We appreciate the love. My dog, Travis Allred was in the building, man. Real Dude STL Sports came through and held it down. Kevin and our dog was in the building today. Man, help me out, Chop. Black, man. Kendall Gilliard came back, made his return, man. It was good to see you in here, big dog. Man, I'm looking for you, man. I'm looking for you. The home team is in the building. My mom's came through. Appreciate the love, mama, as always. My dog Feed, man. Jerome came in the building, man. Appreciate it. Greg Squires, thank you for shouting this out, man, because I can't forget you. You was big in the building today, man. So appreciate the love. Game ball to you, sorry. Greg Squires in the building all day, man. Early and often, man. We appreciate it. Other than that, y'all know what's going on. Say it with me, man. If I forgot to say your name, man, charge it to my head, man. Don't charge it to my heart. You know we was thinking about you, big dog. Appreciate the love and support as always, man. Sundays, 10 o'clock, holla at your dog, Chop in the morning. Double back, spin the block. Wednesday, 7 o'clock, man. See where we was right, see where we was wrong. Other than that, have fun, be safe, enjoy yourselves, man. Peace.